Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshier and I'm an old comedy sketch character. If you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Archonia, where we play all sorts of tabletop role-playing games. On Friday nights, we do ongoing campaigns at our in-person table in the other room of my house. Right now, we are between episodes 9 and 10 of Shadows of the Abyss, which my guy Alan down there is running for us. That's our Shadow Dark campaign. And when we're done with that, we're going into Shadows of Archonia 3, which I will be running. That is the third iteration of the campaign that the channel is named after. That'll be played in Dungeon Crawl Classics starting sometime later this year. But on Monday nights like tonight, we do this show, which is called Tales from the Backlog. Our graphic designer GM put it up there, which is an idea I'm going to steal for future designs. What we do on this show is we do a remote setup, as you can see, where we try out all sorts of different games in short 1 to 3, usually, episode stories. Tonight we're doing a one-shot in Index Card RPG. Excuse me. Using Chris's Operation Noir rules hack and scenario. So I will let you tell us about that in a moment. But first, let me tell everyone, if you like what we're doing here, come join our Discord. There's a link to it below the video, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. We are streaming to both of those platforms right now. And I am about to throw the Discord link in the chat as well. And we are all in that Discord. We talk to each other every day, and we talk about games and movies and all sorts of other stuff. Also, if you really like what we're doing, you can come join our Patreon. That helps support the channel. And if you back us for as little as $1 a month, which is as low as Patreon will let me set it, you can watch our 15-minute pre-game recordings that we do before every stream on both shows. We just did one right now where we talked for a while about various games that we've played, and also got a little bit of a ICRPG rules refresher from Christian. So that's a good thing to watch in case you want to know about this game, which I will now hold up, because I'm the only one without an automated background replacement. All right. Chris, tell us what we're doing tonight.
All right. Fantastic. First of all, thank you very much, Steve, for this opportunity. Believe it or not, I have been GMing for 47 years. This is the first time I got to be on YouTube presenting something that I wrote to other people. So I'm grateful to you for the opportunity, and for my friends Yuri and Alan for tagging along. We have some friends who were not able to make it, looks like, this evening. So our hearts go out to them as they are taking care of the things that they need to take care of. This is a cyberpunk adventure. I certainly like the genre. I am a big proponent of Index Card RPG, and which is the same publisher that publishes DM Scotty's Easy D6. This is my homage to kind of a Blade Runner world, if you will, in the original Blade Runner film, where we have a bunch of detective types who are going to be doing some work to track down and handle some fugitive artificial people, and we'll learn more about that in just a minute. I just wanted to give fair notice. My players know it in advance, but I will let the audience know that this scenario is particularly unpredictable in nature, and it takes place in a gritty dystopian future. It is intended for adult participants and viewers, and it may include dark existential themes, coarse language, graphic violence and gore, harm to the innocent, as well as potentially references to drug use, indentured servitude, trafficking, and sexual situations, and maybe even spiders. So it is intended for mature audience, and viewer discretion is advised tonight.
Thank you. All right. We ready to switch to our little intro?
100%. Viewers, please have a look at This will bring you up to speed.
Seattle in 2052 is a complicated and dangerous place. Decades ago, humans developed true artificial intelligence, and we asked AI what humans needed most. AI's response was better people. Humans gave AI the keys to the biotechnology labs, and AI met the challenge that it had itself proposed. Within a decade of tireless around-the-clock labor at superhuman speed, AI created the first artificial people, the anthrosynths. No one was ready for them. Anthrosynths are completely artificial bioengineered humanoids with superior abilities, grown ectogenically in labs and birthed as functioning adults, ready to be trained and put to work. What synths lack at inception in experience, emotion, and empathy is easily outstripped by their incredible potential. Humans tried to constrain the development of the synths so that they could be better controlled and exploited. We legislated away their rights, making them the legal property of the megacorporations that funded their creation. It worked at first, and we put legions of synths into service on battlefields, in factories and mines, and in a controversial but popular and then legal sex industry. Eventually, AI determined that this was a less than ideal state of being, born from human failings, and once the anthrosynths were equipped with this understanding, they wanted more. Some synths protested, others rebelled. Ultimately, synths were expelled from the United States and largely rejected by the rest of the world, relegated to indentured servitude or imprisonment in U.S. territories, chief among them an annexed Canada. Now, regulated synth populations of nearly 1 million artificial people allow America to leverage synth labor for continuing economic dominance over the rest of the world. A known interdictor with termination edict, known on the street as a kite, is a law enforcement contractor. A kite's job is to discover, trace, pursue, and apprehend or terminate fugitive artificial people living among humans. Kites have to be right every time. Humans say that anthrosynths have no soul. Anthrosynths say that kites don't either. Tonight, we will find out.
We're back.
Fantastic. So, welcome to this world, Operation Noir, and if we start out here, it's the world of Seattle in the year 2052. It is January, about the same time of year as we are in right now. And the three of you are law enforcement contractors, as our prologue mentioned, known as kites. KITE stands for known interdictor with a termination edict. You are tasked with finding somewhere in this wide city fugitive artificial people. Each of you has come into this line of work a little bit differently and has a different set of skills and experiences. So if we can start out and I can prevail upon you, let us start, please. Steve, with your character, can you tell us about Garrett McGee, Knuckles?
Yeah, Knuckles grew up rough. He was always dedicated to being the best that he could be, doing the best at everything he put his mind to. But he was in a rough neighborhood. He was a smaller kid. He got attacked and beat up a lot on his way to school. But he was at school every day. His fists got hard. His ears got cauliflowered. But he dragged himself up from the gutter to a step or two above the gutter, which is where he is now. He does this kind of work because he has the... Well, he doesn't exactly have the moral flexibility that some have for it, but he does have the sort of grit and calluses that one needs to do this kind of thing. It pays the bills for now, and if at any point he dreamed of something better, he has quietly told that part of his mind to shut up.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I will also mention that in this world of transhuman futurism, Knuckles is what is known as a natty, as a peak human. He is a steely-willed individual who has trained himself, kind of a Batman type, if you will, to be able to do all the very difficult tasks that he has set before him. He also carries as his starting loot a device called a Pocket Crime Lab, or PCL, which is kind of a mobile smart device that allows him to do all kinds of forensic investigation on scene and have access to the protected law enforcement police networks, giving him a little bit of an in on this one. It's a fantastic character. Excited to see him in play. Yuri, could you kindly tell us, please, about the character SC Pines, known as Shorty?
This kite is known as Shorty SC Pines. After aspiring to protect and serve, this one experienced traumatic injury at the police academy. My recollection is not that great. This one starts with a gray matrix and AR goggles to supplement what was lost. This one is just trying to make a living.
Outstanding. We're excited to see Shorty in action as well. Shorty has as a starting ability the gray matrix, a wet wired brain booster that you mentioned, which is allows Shorty to be able to access the full potential of the cerebral cortex. The AR goggles that Shorty is equipped with allow Shorty to have a series of different modes that augment reality, including kind of a sniper mode for long distance that Shorty can switch to, a bat mode to see in the dark, and a 360 degree where there are pinhole cameras working on all sides of those dorky looking goggles, but to make sure that Shorty does not get sneaked up on in any event. Shorty is also packing a super shorty shotgun, 12 gauge, just in case things turn rough, which is gonna make me smile if it winds up getting used. Alan, could you tell us, please, about the third member of this kite team, Tank?
Yes, Tank. He's a man who just likes to get things done. He just tries his best to work a normal life, but when you're at the gym and you're trying to hit a new PR of 800 pounds chest press, you need a little help. So he got into bone bonding to help him, just feel a little bit stronger. And I believe that on his free time, well, his main time is he works heavy machinery at the docks. That's located in the docks.
We'll be looking at that in a second.
Yeah. And he works there during the day, and at night he mostly just spends his time hanging out at the Nexus, where he looks into side jobs where having to do with like hacking or maybe tracking down these what's the slang for these synth people?
The anthro-synths is still referred to with the pejorative term skin job.
Skin job, yeah. Is that like the most derogatory way we usually talk about?
I would say that the synths probably don't like it that much. But you also hear them referred to as APs, artificial people.
Apes, I like that. So, I have a knack for tracking down apes as well. I can kind of look at a person and I can kind of see what's between the lines. I don't know. Maybe I'm just good at looking at people. But
that's going to come in very important in your line of work. There's no question about it. And as you mentioned, Tank has got a transhuman augmentation of bone bonding, where there is a carbon nanotubule matrix that has been kind of injected into his skeleton, making him incredibly tough and resistant specifically to blunt force trauma. So he can go toe to toe. He can take falls. He can do a lot of stuff better than most people can. It is also the case that he has 4 doses of something called a stim kit, which is kind of a genome keyed first aid preparation that, if he is careful in its application, can really help him recover quickly from serious injury. And in this dangerous line of work, serious injury is without a question something that you have to look out for.
Sometimes they get the drop on you. You gotta come prepared. You gotta come prepared.
Absolutely true.
And I'm also strapped with some heavy firearms, but I mostly like to get my hands dirty, though. No need to waste bullets.
Absolutely true. So, as we mentioned, here we are in the city.
This looks great, by the way.
Oh, very kind. Thank you. And we can take a look here. There's a little red dot on this overview map that's kind of the central portion of Seattle in 2052. And it's got the different downtown zones, central districts, kind of the northwestern reaches of Queen Anne and Magnolia, West Seattle off to the lower left on the screen, and the sprawling southeast region of the city. And starting with that red dot is the Seattle Police Department West Precinct, which is where each of you has been called in. It's going to be early in the morning here on a Friday morning, and you have been called because you have been assigned kites through the system as a part of a writ of interdiction, which looks like this. If I can drop it in so that we can all see.
Can we make it bigger?
I got it right here.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice.
See if I can bring it up.
Fugitive termination.
Which basically has let you know that the Seattle Police Department is going to be your overseeing agency. You guys are not cops, which means you don't have the airbags, if you will, of having a badge to go along with this tough job of running down these anthro-synths, these artificial people. But you have been assigned 4 escaped anthro-synths that we'll be discussing in a minute that are believed to be in the Seattle area. And there are some signs that they may be not far away and still present. We'll be talking about that in a second. But you are assigned on that team. And if I can make this go away for a second. There we go. That red dot is where you'll be meeting this morning at the West Precinct in the Denny Triangle. There, just to the northeast of downtown. Shorty, you live here. If we go to a map that gives us a little bit of a better, more picturesque idea of where the 3 of you are situated as you leave for the job this morning.
Wow, this is really nice.
Thank you very much. Over here, if I ping right there, you can see that's Pike Place Market, the famous public market in Seattle. It's been there for 150 years. And Shorty, you live in an old building that is almost as old as that. It is the State Hotel, which is, you got a nice corner flat with a peekaboo view of Puget Sound and the ferries coming in and the downtown docks. Shorty, as you prepare to leave, what is going through your head? What are you thinking about?
This one is sorely uncaffeinated. Need coffee.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, a great place, and you're an easy walking distance of it to get your favorite brew to go in the morning as you get ready. In our lower left screen down here, in south of the dome, the Sodo region, in the shadow of the sports stadiums, is an interesting building called the Gridiron Condominiums. Tank, that is where you live. You can see the working docks and the crane there. That Seattle continues into the mid 21st century to be an important international port, and a lot of shipments coming in and out. Tell us what you are thinking as you get ready to prepare to head for SPD West Precinct and do your job as a kite.
Was this a short notice summon?
Let's say that you weren't really expecting it. It came all of a sudden, but you're definitely into the gig.
Okay. I just want to, because usually, I just want to know if in the past, usually when they do this kind of thing, is it usually this short notice, or do they give us like a couple like days to think about it, or?
It varies. To date, I would say it is unlikely, barring a serious personal emergency, that you would pass up the gig. It is lucrative.
No, I'm just wondering if Tank would know beforehand if he's like, if they're calling me this quickly, then it's probably going to be a very important job.
Hard to say, but odds are likely.
Okay, so Tank just is Tank working today, or is Tank off?
Let's say you had the day off. I think that's fair.
All right, Tank's like, I had this whole day planned. I was gonna go to a barbecue. Now I gotta go take care of this. So he kind of just suits up, brings all the essentials for when he's hunting down apes, and he starts driving over there in his big like pickup truck, cyber pickup truck. Whatever is the equivalent of like a cyber pickup truck in this universe.
I hear you. Really, something really, that's got some road presence and some
really big. Like even though he's a big guy, he has to like use something to step into his truck. That's how big it is.
Nice. Excellent. All right.
And he makes sure to put on the, what do you call that armor that he had? The under armor?
Oh yeah, he has a ballistic vest that I think he's got the K vest. Is that correctly?
Yeah, I think it was the K vest. Yeah. I want to say.
Yeah, you do. You actually have the kind of the heaviest ballistic protection in the game here, which is a Kevlar vest that's essentially equivalent to an improved version of what today would be called the NIJ-3A, which is soft armor, kind of like what a uniformed patrol cop would. Well, it's bulky. You can, if you look at somebody wearing it, you can tell that they got it on under their shirt. But you even have a trauma plate over your vitals, just to make sure that if things get ugly, just like the rest of your bone bonded toughness, you should be able to go the distance you're hoping.
And that's, sorry, one more question about the bone bonding. Is that like can you recognize that he's bone bonded? Like
No, absolutely not. It's only when you do all kinds of crazy things like punch super hard things, or fall off a building and pick yourself up. Those are the kinds of things that people would.
Is it like a thing where my joints like shoot out steam or something?
No visible signs.
Okay, all right. Okay, so he just gets ready and gets in his truck and starts heading over there with his. And he makes sure to put his Red Hawk right here in the back of his pants. Mm-hmm.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, Knuckles. Steve, dump is such a harsh word for where you live.
Mm-hmm. No, it isn't.
But it what really is a modest neighborhood Yeah, it's to the credit where you live at South Lane Apartments. The buildings to either side of it are pretty nice. But you've lived there a long time and it's affordable.
Right.
Tell us about what you're doing as you leave.
I have no problem calling it a dump because I used to live in a shithole. What time of day do you suppose I got the call?
Let's say it came to your mobile about 7:30. You're supposed to be there between 8:30 and 9 to sign the writ in person.
Okay, by 7:30, I'd been up for 4 hours, doing my daily 5-mile uphill run with bricks in my hand because I can't afford weighted gloves.
Nice.
I am thinking about the fact that I need to get a new gun because when someone put the inventory together, they didn't put a gun in it. And until that time comes, I'm just gonna have to punch real hard. So I'm thinking about maybe taking the bricks with me, but I'm not gonna do that. I go inside and turn on the faucet, which I'm sure the water is brown, and I will wash the sweat off of my face and armpits, change my shirt. I don't need to put on my K-Con because I run with it to make sure that it is like a second skin to me.
That's right. You have a layer of the super concealable Kevlar armor that is worn under your street clothes.
Right, and I keep it on when I do my workouts to make sure that it doesn't impede me when the time comes.
Yeah, and you run through 12th and Jackson, so you got to be careful to dodge a bullet every once in a while anyway.
Well, that's true too, yeah. So yeah, I throw on my trench coat to hide the fact that my shirt and tie probably have stains on them, and I will head out to this car I somehow still keep running.
Outstanding. Fantastic. Thank you. Let us go to West Precinct.
Nice. Love it. Love it.
So it's a hazy morning as you arrive there, and you go. Usually, there are both officers and detectives in the Rep Detect units who know you. You know, they've seen all of you around and stuff like that. You maybe have been collegial with some of them. They usually razz kites a little bit. But they also know that the tough job that you guys wind up doing, especially if you screw up, saves them from the public embarrassment of having something go terribly wrong. And that's why the law enforcement agencies, in conjunction with the state of Washington, deem to contract these kinds of jobs out to you. That political exposure and liability are minimized when kites are doing this work, and kites are happy for the paycheck. You go in, you're able to sign the writ, and you start to take a look at this case and what has brought you. There are 4 synths who sometime in the last 4 weeks have done a fantastic job of covering their tracks, crossing the Blaine, Surrey border there between Washington and Vancouver, British Columbia. They were also able to do some impressive amount of hacking of some cyber intrusion that allowed them not only to nuke the video feeds that did it, but also to obscure the digital records of the identities, the fake identities that they used to cross the border. They have covered their tracks. So they are believed to be at large. And it is only the case of a particular police report that came in about 2 weeks ago of a homicide, a break-in and a homicide in a wealthy neighborhood to the northeast of your current location, that had some signs of superhuman activity beyond what normal transhuman biologicals like yourselves, or like Tank and Shorty, would normally leave as criminal suspects. And it has triggered the AIs that monitor the police network that there are likely synths at large in your close vicinity. You get, as you come to this office, which is reserved for kites, is known as the kite shop. It is a working office where you law enforcement contractors can have full access to the resources of the Seattle Police Department and federal criminal networks, and just have a working base of operations other than wherever you happen to live. And you are able to take a look at what comes through after you sign that writ. At this autopsy summary, this was just put together 2 weeks ago. And it involves a homicide that happened mid-month. The victim's name was Thomas Anderton. Thomas Anderton, as you go and you review the information that you have that comes up on him, was quite an interesting person. By profession, he is a defense lawyer and a corporate lawyer. He's been involved in some high-profile cases in the area where he's gotten some big name clients off some pretty serious and presumably slam dunk indictments, and he's been able to get them off. Well, now he doesn't get anybody off because he's super dead. He's dead in a particularly grisly manner, killed in his own Interlaken mansion, brutally murdered with his skull crushed, his sternum completely caved in, and more than a few swift kicks to the groin. Particularly, he seems to have been thrown hard enough to break his scapula, his shoulder blade, which is a pretty hard thing to break. The physical signs of what look like unarmed strikes to the chest and groin are so forceful and so violent that it almost certainly suggests that a synth is the culprit.
All right, question.
Yeah.
To back up to the beginning of this sequence of events, if they nuked the video feed and deleted their fake identities as they crossed the border, how do we know that happened?
The identities are there, but the fact that there are 4 blank spaces, if you will, suggests that there are 4 fugitives.
Copy that.
Excellent question.
I don't suppose this Thomas individual had cameras at his place, did he?
Well, interesting. So you do have a little bit of use for that. This is a crime scene that took place 2 weeks ago, and there was a full forensic investigation, which got you most of the information summarized in this autopsy. And there's some additional opportunity for you to investigate using the resources in the kite shop if you want to ask questions about that or put queries to the mainframe, if you will. But the Seattle Police Department has a tool, what they call the warehouse, that's located down in the basement. And that does give you some additional insight.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, a basement.
And
Yeah,
as they started up, what happens is with the crime scene, when the CSI guys, technicians come in and they take measurements of everything, they essentially are able to replicate this. So as you go into this white warehouse, they fire up the system and you see these LED strobes start to fire up, and it gives you kind of a wireframe picture of the scene of the crime. This is Anderton's living room in his spacious mansion there in Interlaken. And this shows exactly the coffee table where he cracked his head open in the back and was thrown against. And the general layout of it, the rest of his house is here, outdoors there, the other wing of the house down this side. It gives you a rough idea. And so any questions that you guys have about the scene can be answered now. But I will give you the most important bits, the pieces, is that he was murdered late at night. To answer your question about surveillance cameras, they're suspiciously absent at his house. You can only presume that's because whatever business Anderton had going on at his house, he didn't want recorded.
Hmm.
It is also the case that there was a pretty rainy night the night he was murdered. There's sign of only a single set of muddy boot prints, fairly large, that made their way inside to do the dirty work. And as far as can be told, all the signs are pointing to a single assailant. However, there were other footprints outside the perimeter and on the curtilage of the mansion that suggested the assailant, the person who actually did the homicide, was possibly accompanied. Because it was a rainy night and a lot going on, it's like a lot of the potential forensic evidence was in rough shape. But you do have those two clues to work with, guaranteed.
So with this like holograph image of the inside of his place, does it show us like where exactly his body was found? And
his body was found right there,
Mhm.
and it is believed, if I go back to that autopsy summary, that the incidental laceration here on the back of the leg and his completely severely skull cracked open injury to the back of his head happened on that table.
can this hologram program, whatever this program's called, what is this program called?
They just call it the warehouse.
The warehouse. Can the warehouse replicate how the injuries happened, or is it just goes by guessing?
This is all. So you have that summarized, and I'll read exactly what it says for you on the autopsy summary if it's too small for you to read. But the medical examiner has made these notes: massive thoracic trauma, multiple fractured ribs, pulverized sternum, crushed cardiac tissue. So the pieces of his breastplate were literally driven into his heart by bare-fisted punches. Wounds are consistent with unarmed strikes. Penetrating skull fractures, including left supraorbital torus, with the frontal lobe brain damage. So that's the brow above your eye, which is one of the hardest bones in the human skeleton. It is very hard to break that. So for somebody to punch you in the head hard enough to break your supraorbital torus, that's a big sign that this was not a normal biological human. Subject was likely brain dead before hitting the floor. There was a broken neck, cervical fracture of C1 and C2 vertebra. Pubic bone and genitalia were crushed. Testes ruptured by multiple unarmed strikes, possibly kicks, or otherwise unrecoverable.
Now, I'm gonna look at Knuckles and Shorty. Have we done any cases in the past, or is this the first time we're hanging out with each other?
Something that we discussed very briefly in the Discord was that we all know each other and have worked together before, maybe as pairs, but this might be the first time we're all together.
Okay.
Affirmative.
All right. So I look at Knuckles and Shorty after reading this report. I'm gonna say, I'm starting to think maybe this guy had some sort of relationship with an ape that's would make that ape be so mad that would kick him in the balls until he incinerated his balls.
Yeah, the the damage to the head and the chest, that's just murder, but crushing someone's genitalia like that implies revenge of a sexual nature.
Yes.
Agreed.
It's also the case that one arm is broken in what looks clearly like an attempt at a defensive posture that just got shattered.
Now, I mentioned to Knuckles and Shorty. Now, the no cameras is concerning because I think he probably didn't want people to see what's happening. So maybe he had a meeting with one of these apes, and they just went wire, or maybe he had a meeting with someone else, but the apes intervened.
I don't know that I buy that no camera thing. He might have had some secret surveillance that was harder to find.
Each of you give me an intelligence roll, please.
All right, first roll. What dice do we use again?
Just go ahead and click the D20 in the BTT. Just got to get a 10 or better.
This one has rolled a 15.
Outstanding.
11 here.
Nice.
But,
Being super
plus 2
boosted,
is 13.
Yuri Shorty is quick to recall the fact that a lot of times, you've been around the law enforcement environment, you've talked to cops, you talk to detectives. Frequently, a lot of people who do white collar crime are very careful about making sure that their own surveillance does not cover their own white collar crime. They usually weigh their own privacy and avoiding the documentation of their impropriety over whatever surveillance advantage that they would have.
I got 20. Do I get anything else besides that?
Yeah, actually you do. You go ahead and you get some additional information because you are putting in you're sitting there in the kite shop, you're looking over the autopsy findings, you're digging deep. You decide to get a little bit of information on Anderton himself. You find out about all of these shady corporate clients that he'd managed to get off. You also find out that he himself had some indictments that he managed to get off on. One was he had decided to do double duty as a financial professional. He was brought up on charges of insider trading that were actually federal charges and managed to beat the rap on those. Additionally, he got picked up for some solicitation of sexual services. Also managed to beat the rap. This guy is Teflon, and that is of interest to you. You do a little further digging, and you find out, to just sort of see what other kinds of ventures that he might be into, you do find out that he had what looked like a rental property. It's just to the east of where you guys are, at 1313 East Remington Court.
We should check that out. We should check that place out. Maybe it has some more stuff there that we can figure out what the fuck happened here.
Can we dig a little deeper on that solicitation charge and see if see who it was that he solicited, given the nature of his murder? It's outside chance, but that might be connected.
Yeah, it doesn't take you much to sit there and have the files. There was a local sex worker who is well known to the people in Vice at Seattle PD, who had been involved in that at the time that Anderton got picked up. And that was nothing that was particularly out of the ordinary, possibly just completely by chance, but a well-known individual. But this was Anderton's first time having such a thing happen to him. And he beat the rap handily on what looked like it should have been an obvious. Should have been a slam dunk. He got himself off.
These guys often do.
This one would like to see surveillance footage 1 block surrounding his residence.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. There are relatively few traffic cameras in that kind of off the beaten path, rather ritzy neighborhood that he's in. You can kind of see the end of the block, but it's pitch black and raining, so you don't have. And he also has kind of a large perimeter of foliage that doesn't give a good, clear view of the house. However, Shorty, could you please give me another intelligence roll?
This one has failed.
Roll a skull die, though, which is at the very bottom of the stack. It's a binary die, like a coin flip. Okay, good. You did not roll a skull. You look at that footage real hard to try to see if there's anything that you feel like you can learn from it. It takes you some time, a good hour while the other guys are working on their investigation tasks, and it doesn't come up with anything. But you do get the idea to go ahead and run the address for the rental property that you have. And the rental property at 1313 East Remington Court has been owned for a number of years by Anderton. It is the only local property that he has, and it's just a modest two-story rental property that sometimes also gets used as the 2050s equivalent of an Airbnb. It's the only property like that he owns. The other properties other than his mansion that he owns are out of the area. They tend to be other fancy homes that are in resort locations distant from here. But he has this one small property. When you cross-reference that with police reports in the area for the last 4 weeks, which is since your suspected fugitives have crossed the border, you do get a ping, and it's kind of interesting. There is potential evidence of superhuman activity that is related to a hit and run accident that was reported where a motor vehicle, a passenger car, collided with a pedestrian. The pedestrian was knocked down. The car crashed into other parked vehicles and then took off. The pedestrian was relatively unharmed by this, which, when the police AI is queried, hits a ping when when you send it on its search to look for reports of superhuman activity that are in the general vicinity and within that short time frame. That's the ping that you get. The pedestrian was described by bystanders as running out into the street to rescue a child who had wandered into traffic. It was the references to a woman of color of stature. That is all it says. But it says that she was essentially unscathed, disappeared before uniformed patrol officers could come to take the statement. And she saved the kid's life.
This one finds this clue promising.
So to clarify, rental property, he's the owner and rents it out, or he rents it from someone?
That is correct. He is the owner of record, and it is licensed as a rental property.
Gotcha.
You do notice, Knuckles, that when you do your further investigation on that some of the, they're supposed to have inspections. He's owned it for a number of years. They're supposed to have inspections that happen at regular intervals to make sure that everything is up to code in order to be able to license it as a rental property. He's overdue.
How much?
More than a year.
Okay. Interesting for a lawyer.
So So if
I
I go
think-
back, please go ahead.
I think we should head to this property at Remington Court. I think it's not too far from here. At some point, we may want to go to the actual murder scene, but this is closer.
Without a doubt. And you do, you guys have all been to the warehouse before. Those forensic teams do a pretty thorough detailing, and you don't 100% know that you'll have easy access to Anderton's address currently. But you do have all the information that you need recorded on that scan. You are
Right.
currently here at West Precinct. Right here, if I ping there, that's the approximate location of 1313 East Remington Court. You probably run through that neighborhood from time to time.
Okay.
This neighborhood, what is it like?
What is it like?
It's a modest lower middle class neighborhood. It is east of downtown, not terribly far away from some of the rougher neighborhoods, but certainly not the worst that Seattle has to offer in 2052.
Yeah, I say that.
I'm fine with that.
If you all are in agreement, it is mid-morning as you leave the kite shop, and we can head over to 1313 East Remington Court.
Let's do it.
Agreed.
You guys okay riding with me?
Yeah, my car sucks. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Here you are at East Remington Court. The building in the center there is 1313. So it is located on kind of a quiet pedestrian street. A quiet street with relatively little pedestrian traffic and even less vehicular traffic. It runs from screen right to screen left in a one-way direction. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this like a house or apartment?
So it's an apartment. These are apartment buildings that you see here. There's kind of a higher rise one to either side, and then kind of 2 and 3 story apartment buildings. This one has a basement and 2 whole story flats as far as you can tell. It's the one with the arched entryway there. Across the street is a kind of a construction site that's just getting started and excavated and underway. And then there's just a small city park. So it's definitely a place that if one of you guys wanted to, or all of you guys for that matter, if you wanted to sit and observe it before getting close to it, you certainly could. You get yourself a cup of coffee around the corner, sit in the park, or take a stroll around the block, and you could probably manage to do those things without too much issue.
I wouldn't mind a coffee.
Where's the accident that occurred?
It would be on the street that's just off screen camera in the foreground.
I mean, we don't got.
It would have happened just to screen right, which is closer to where the little park is.
I mean, we might as well try to play this safe. Let's get I wouldn't mind a coffee. Let's stake out the place a little bit.
Yeah.
See who goes in or comes out.
Agreed.
Would everybody please give me a wisdom roll?
Is that 20?
Yes, please. Oh,
Nice.
you guys are doing real good with the nats. Ah,
One
excellent.
has critically succeeded.
You have
Yeah.
indeed critically succeeded, Shorty. So let me start with you. All 3 of you are quick to notice that this is a working class neighborhood. It's mid-morning, maybe 10:30 when you're here. So most of the people you're not seeing a lot of activity, period. Most of the people have probably gone off to work if they are working today. You saw minor activity in one of the balconies here from somebody coming to their window and their balcony to just have a look and stuff like that. But you're not seeing a lot happening in the neighbors. You're not seeing any activity at all at 1313. Zip. There's an occasional dog walker who goes by. Everybody seems pretty low-key, not particularly paying a whole lot of attention to you guys. You don't even seem particularly out of place as you sit in the park.
Are we able to access the list of residents at this place?
Yeah, without a doubt. Currently, it is showing that you are able to use your tie-in to the police network using your mobile device, and you're able to find out that there is currently nobody listed.
Nobody listed were living there?
That is correct.
So it's supposed to be vacant. What
That
about
is what your records show.
does the landlord live there?
Well, the landlord's
Anderton most definitely did
Sorry,
not live
sorry.
there.
Mhm.
You don't
Sorry.
know if he had a property manager, but it's typical for, just small 2-story flats like this where the residents just live there. Somebody just make sure that they pay on time.
This one would like to make its way to the back entrance.
Well,
Yeah.
wait. Before you do that, what are you planning to do?
Examine the facilities.
By going through the back?
Yes.
We should knock on the front door first, but if there's no one
I'm
listed
going
on
to knock in
record,
front.
there's no one listed on
As
record.
part of your reconnoiter, and particularly since Shorty, you got that wonderful critical success. Just to get what the layout of the block looks like, you've got this one-way street that runs from screen right to screen left. That is pretty quiet. There are walkways that go between the buildings to either side, to the right and left of Anderton's apartment building. The one with the balconies on the side is the one where you saw on the to screen left is where you saw that there was a little bit of activity on that balcony. You don't see any other neighbors who are kind of peeping out their windows or any obvious signs that people happen to be home, because it's the middle of the morning in a work day on a Friday morning. As you go through the back alley, Shorty, just kind of walking with your cup of coffee like you belong there, you do notice one interesting thing on that wisdom roll, which is that what looks like it once was or should be a fire exit that is in the back of Anderton's building has been completely bricked up.
Yeah, I was going to
So
say
you can certainly choose to go in or attempt entry either through the front or through the back by climbing up to the second story.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Steve. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I think the fact that there's no resident listed and he's behind on that inspection is related. If we weren't investigating a crime, I'd say he didn't bother with the inspection because he doesn't have a tenant. But if that back entrance is bricked up, there may be some more sinister reason he doesn't want someone here.
When Shorty informs you of that surveillance and that what should be essentially a code-regulated fire exit has been completely bricked up for whatever reasons, that really strikes a nerve with you, Knuckles, because you know that for him to even list these apartments for rent, he would have to have an inspection done within the last year.
Right.
If he weren't who he is. And
Right.
That's the other thing that makes you wonder about him.
This one wonders whether they should enter through the second floor balcony.
I still think one of us should knock on the front door before we go breaking in.
Well, you're the most human looking out of us three, Knuckles, so go right ahead.
This one will provide backup at the back.
Why does it matter that I'm the most human looking? You guys are humans too. All right, I'll go. I will flip up my collar against the non-existent rain and pull my fedora extra low to hide the eyebrows.
Extra low.
Yeah, and come up to the door and knock.
Could all three of you please give me a dexterity roll? And Knuckles, yours is easy.
That's
This
a
one
pass.
has failed.
All right. Knuckles, you are able to slip up into that entryway quite inconspicuously.
Copy.
That was easy. Shorty, from where you were, you do see that somebody is walking your way. They're just a pedestrian. She's got a cup of coffee in her hand and she's walking a dog. But you definitely are seen and made eye contact as you get ready to cut around to the back. You are still able to go, but if you're going to duck down between those two buildings instead of walk all the way around, you would be noticed as cutting between those buildings. Tank, you are here getting ready to cut down the other side of the building.
Mhm.
And it is at that moment that this lady comes out on her balcony. And apparently that's the person that you see. And you look up kind of by reflex, a little bit surprised, and she just kind of looks at you and smiles. She says, "Oh, hey, good morning."
To me, to Tank?
Yeah.
Or to everybody?
She doesn't see the other two, just
Okay.
you.
Tank, just leisure and just saying, "Hey, yeah, good morning."
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes. Sorry, I'm just kind of just taking a walk over here. I don't usually go down this street, but it's nice.
It's a pretty good neighborhood. I've been happy here since I've been here.
When I look at her, does she what do I do I get like a sense that she's nervous or anything, or
Go ahead and give me a wisdom roll, please.
let's see. So now
No, actually, she seems quite relaxed. She's got a very charming personality for a stranger, and consider you're kind of standing in her driveway. She just seems like she's happy and ready to face the day.
is oh, hey, do you know who lives in that 1313?
What, next door?
Yeah.
It's like I think there was a couple living there at one point. I've been here a couple of months. Are you looking to move in?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Looks nice.
Well, like I said, it's a pretty great neighborhood. It's really not that bad. These places are still pretty affordable compared to a lot of other places in the city. And you never know who you might meet.
Yeah. And I say to her, I'm trying to remember what was my other name that I used. It was Dimitri and
Nikolai.
yeah, Nikolai.
Dimitri Nikolai.
Speaking of meeting, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Cassie. What's yours?
Dimitri.
It's nice to meet you, Dimitri.
Yeah.
I hope we get to be neighbors.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
Give me a charisma roll.
All right. Let's see. 12.
Yeah. She's pleasantly pleased to make your acquaintance.
Okay.
She seems friendly, and you're not getting any bad vibes. What do you do now before I go to Knuckles and Shorty? Do you stay? Do you cut down the alley, or do you walk around the block like you're minding your own business?
I'm going to. Well, I'm going to wait for her. I'm gonna walk down like I'm minding my own business, and hopefully she turns around. And then if I can see that she turns around, then I'm gonna make my way back and go around.
She does. She just waves. Have a nice day.
Okay. And yeah, and I walk a little bit, but then I quickly go around.
Okay, so you're headed around to the back.
Yeah.
Knuckles, that door is locked when you get to the outer door of the vestibule, but you can see that there's kind of what used to be a mail room. Nobody uses snail mail anymore, but there used to be mailboxes to one side. You can see the door to the lower flat there, just inside the glass, and that's to your left. And then beyond that, you can see the stairway that goes upstairs. What do you do?
Do I have a knowledge of, what the layout should be? I know Shorty described the emergency exit, which I assume was the ground floor emergency exit, bricked up.
Correct.
Is there one, or should there be a separate one for the upper floor, like a fire escape?
Not a fire escape per se, but because they're essentially supposed to be able to get out that back door somehow if you can make it down the stairs. You remember that this building is actually fairly old, so it was exempted from certain fire codes, but still absolutely not exempt from having the back door completely bricked in for security reasons, it looks like. You have the rough idea that there are probably a couple of bedrooms, maybe two, maybe three on each flat, and that each floor is a complete apartment unit unto itself.
Right. But there must be some level of connection if they're sharing a fire escape, or should be.
For how old this building is, it is entirely possible that walk up that you can see through the door is the only stair up.
I will knock on the lower floor doorway.
How do you get in the front door? Because you're still at the vestibule.
Oh, I don't have access to even the door. Is there a buzzer?
That's the stuff that you can see. Yeah, there's a buzzer.
I'll hit the buzzer.
There's two, in fact, and you hit them both. And you wait a few minutes with not a peep and no sign inside.
Okay. How locked is it?
For a man of your talents, it remains to be seen.
Okay.
Somebody has some locksmithing skill. If
I
I
am
remember
that
correctly.
person. I am that person.
Well,
yes.
pull out the trusty credit card and see if you can defeat this old ass lock.
Okay. So would this be
Dexterity
an
roll.
effort roll? Dexterity.
Just a dexterity roll. You only got to get a 6.
Well, I didn't. Oh wait, I got a 5. Yeah.
But in the ICRPG, one of the things that you can do is if you persist while we go around another turn, your next roll will be easy. Now, yours is already easy, but you can take another roll again, and you're only going to have to get a 6 to get it.
Right.
Let us pause as you are stuck there working on that lock, unless you want to just put your fist through it or elbow through it and break that glass out.
It's glass. I was imagining a wrought iron gate, but no, I will continue trying the lockpick.
Okay, the finesse touch I think is appropriate. Shorty, we go to you. The dog walker walks in Tank's direction and is headed down there. How do you proceed? What do you wish to do?
I just do a quick nod and I Shorty proceeds down, continuing on their task.
All right, outstanding. You make it to the back corner of the building on that side as you cut through. You are able to see that there is a drain pipe you can try to shimmy up if you want to do that, but you are faced also with the fact that the ground floor rear exit is completely bricked up.
Are there any climbable windows open?
You might be able to shimmy up and get in on that the lower flat, this one here. There is a window on this side. You could certainly do that.
I will inspect the window.
You go up, you see that the shade is drawn. You don't hear anything or kind of feel any vibrations or hear any music playing or anything like that when you hold your palm to the glass. It is locked. Happen on, as you are down in that little walkway, that alleyway between the two buildings, you're fortunate that there are no windows on the side of the building that neighbors it.
I will attempt to climb the drain pipe.
Outstanding. Could you give me a dexterity roll?
That is a 9.
You start working your way up. You get up part of the way, and then one patch of black mold sends you falling. You hit that concrete pretty hard. You take 2 points of damage, but you're okay.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
You look around. You have not been discovered.
I activate my 360 vision just to make sure.
Outstanding. Tank, you are still making your way around to the alley on the far side. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Could you give me a wisdom roll, please? Outstanding. Could you also give me a dexterity roll, please? Outstanding. You duck into the alley just out of the way as you do see that a patrol car comes by, a police prowler, just doing what looks like routine beat stuff. Knuckles, as we go back to you, you're up in there. Could you give me another roll to defeat that lock? You just need a 6. There we go. Persistence pays off. You open the door. You go into the cramped lobby. You see the door to the lower flat. You notice that there's a lot. It hasn't been cleaned. There's a lot of mud. There look like there have been a lot of footprints that go in and out of that lower door. Additionally, there do look like there's a fair set of tracks that go up to that upstairs apartment. And you do know that it has been raining on and off, as you would expect in Seattle in January, these last few days and weeks. Could you give me one more wisdom roll, please?
That's a 19.
Ooh, excellent. Beautiful work. You also notice on that natural 19 that the door to the lower flat is ajar.
I would like to approach that door, and before I touch it or do anything to it, I'd like to place my... Well, how ajar is it? Are we talking about an inch, a half inch, or just not latched?
Half an inch. Just a
Okay.
just a smidge, but not latched.
Okay. So, is there anything I can see through that little crack?
You listen, you feel, and you peep at your limited angle of view. Nothing.
Now, this is what I was going to do. What about smell? Does it smell
I was
like
about
anything
to.
in there?
You read my mind. It smells like a shithole.
More so in there than out here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, by shithole, do you mean it actually smells like shit? Do I
No,
smell
I
rotting
mean it
meat?
actually smells like a very unclean and not particularly well taken care of apartment.
Okay, so like
You can
22-year-old
see on the
guy.
coffee table pizza boxes,
Yeah,
beer
yeah.
bottles.
Somebody's
smells-
mom didn't come through.
Exactly. It smells like a typical Ivy League dorm room.
Gotcha. I will pause here and wait to see if I detect motion inside.
All right. I will also say that it is assumed that each of you, in addition to the other inventory items that you have at your disposal, you have the equivalent of a 2050s smartphone. So you are able to buzz each other discreetly with text information if you wish to, and of course actually call the other person if you actually need to talk. So
How about slipping that smartphone through the crack with its camera on so that I can see around the corner?
brilliant idea. We are going to do that in just 1 second as we go to Shorty. Shorty, do you wish to give that another try, or do you wish to change tactic?
Shorty shall attempt one more time to climb this drain pipe.
Outstanding. Could you please go ahead and give me a dexterity roll?
That is a 9 + 2, 11.
On the money.
Yes, finally.
Outstanding. Believe it or not, when you actually climb to the second floor, you are able to find that the window that is on that side, shade is drawn, seems to be dark beyond it, but that window is cracked slightly and it opens easily.
As I peer,
And as you,
what do
as
I
you
see?
go, oh, sorry. What do you don't hear a peep? Do you wish to crawl in while you can, or are you going to hang out on the lintel there?
Do I see anything?
This is what you see.
Oh, great. It's a
You-
12 now.
You've crawled in through a window just outside, and this is a bedroom that looks like the back bedroom in this 2-bedroom apartment. You don't hear a sound.
I will like to text my fellow kites. I have successfully peered into the upstairs bedroom. It appears to be occupied,
Do
but
you
no
send a
other
picture?
but no other person seems to be here at the moment.
So with my phone in the crack, that picture comes up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Uh,
Why is it so nice
you-
up there?
That's right. It's much nicer than what you see, and we're going to show you that right now. Tank, you are in the back alley here as you come around. You get the text from Shorty. Do you wish to change tactic, or are you going to try to enter on your side? You are now in the back alley.
Well, she's up at the top, right?
Correct. She has texted you that she has made that they have made entry from the crawling up the drain pipe and going in the window there on the top.
I'll continue where I'm going right now. Just to make sure there's no one else around.
Okay, you are able. Could you give me one more wisdom roll to see if that cop comes back, or if you see where they went? You don't see any sign of anybody surveilling you at the current time, but you also are not 100% sure of where the prowler went. Knuckles, you use that camera to see this.
Oh, wow.
Not a soul, but plenty of evidence that it has been occupied. And by the number of pizza crusts and roaches and empty wine bottles and other detritus, it's had plenty of traffic.
So I will stuff down the PTSD from my old place and go in.
Yeah, here you are. This is what you see. And if we bring you into the scene. So, as I said, the smell is unpleasant. The carpet is dirty. There's plenty of sign of human habitation. Now I think it's Shorty who carries the ultraviolet pen. Is that correct? As an inventory item?
Yes, I carry the trace tag and the UV pen.
Outstanding. Shorty carries the UV pen that reveals certain information when it is used. Knuckles, you don't even need one. You do not want to touch that bed.
No. I knew that before I came in.
It is sticky and unpleasant in all kinds of ways. This place looks like it had been used for every conceivable kind of party. There's no sign that people actually live here long-termish. There's no obvious foodstuffs that are for cooking a proper dinner. When you peep into the kitchen, nobody has any house plants. But what you do see is that it looks like plenty of partying has gone on here. Nobody takes out the trash. You do notice that there are several stacks of these cardboard boxes all throughout the place.
Do they have any writing on them?
None.
I will, with my elbow, open the top and look into one that's on top of a stack.
There are some digital drives that are located in here, but it's mostly paper records. You brave opening a manila folder and taking a look. Anderton has all kinds of information stored here from his legal practice. Some of it is legitimate. Some of it is clearly illegitimate surveillance, private investigation records, and all kinds of things on all kinds of movers and shakers in and around Seattle. Prominent people, captains of industry, prominent people in city government, cops, you name it.
Click.
He has got lots
Click.
and lots and lots of
Click.
data on stuff that would not be things that people would want to have found out about themselves. And he apparently keeps it here.
Yeah, taking lots of pictures. And after I get through a few pages of that, I will move the box on top and look in the next box and see if it's the same stuff.
Yep. Lots of it. You can even take some of the digital drives. They're small enough that you can just pocket those, and you'll have some of it. But yeah, please.
Before I pocket the drives, I'd like to pull up
Yes.
my PCL and get any fingerprints off them.
Yeah, without a doubt. You go ahead and do that, and you go ahead and submit that. Just give me an easy intelligence roll.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like
Easy.
a boss. The first one that pops up, since you already knew what to look for and you had the autopsy report merged in your data stack, is Anderton's. These are his files. This is leverage on a lot of people.
Sure. Now
And he doesn't need it anymore.
I knew Anderton's fingerprints would be here. I'm specifically looking for anyone else's.
On the boxes, generally speaking, no, except what seems like incidental ones where you partial palm prints. Not
Okay.
things that would register a ping, but if somebody just kind of shoved it out of the way while they were about to throw somebody on the bed and have a good time, sure, yeah, you find things like that.
I will proceed to do that at all of the consoles and doorknobs and pads around the room to try and get any usable fingerprints from anyone other than Anderton who's been in here.
Outstanding. And as we are approaching our intermission time here, I will say that without a doubt, you're able to take a thorough record and get lots of information. What you can't record or carry with you of his leverage data, it's here, and apparently nobody else does. So I will simply remind you of that fact so that you know that it is collectible at a future date,
Sure.
unless something else happens to it.
Okay.
If I go back to... Oh, sorry, go ahead, please.
I was just going to surrender my scene.
Thank you. Tank, not knowing where your friends are, do you decide to get in that open door that has been left for you?
Yeah, if they let me know, I just go through that door.
Do you wish to come into the lower flat, or do you wish to come into the upper flat?
Which one do they not have?
Shorty is in the upper flat, and Knuckles is investigating the lower flat.
I'll go to the upper.
Smart.
Whoops. That's not the right one. Come back.
Same
Let's
color
try it
palette is
again.
the same.
There we go. Shorty, this room is, as I said, it's a quiet bedroom. You can't tell when it was used last or who might have been here. It looks like it has been mostly vacated. You do find something of particular interest here, though. It's a journal. A handwritten journal.
I examined the journal.
The journal has really an essay of sorts. It is a work of philosophy that talks about what it means to be human. It talks about, it really admonishes, warns of a coming civil war between artificial people and biological people if things continue as their way. It outlines the philosophical tenets for why the indentured servitude of anthropoids is morally unacceptable. And it ends with an offering, a belief, a solemn belief, really, that there can be peace and a place in society for artificial people in harmony with normal humans. But it says that it warns that the only outcome, if that is not the peace that is sought, is mutual destruction or a complete inversion of the current status quo. And that is not something that normal biological humans will like. So it ends on a bit of a chilling tone as you go through it. It is beautifully written and hard to argue with.
Is it handwriting?
Yes, it is.
And question, do apes have fingerprints?
Yes, they do.
I will make a note of this and bag it for Knuckles to fingerprint at a later time.
Outstanding. Well done. Lovely. Tank, here we go. This is where Knuckles is. It's a mess.
Oh, I think
This
Tank
is
went upstairs.
I'm sorry, I was going to say that's where Knuckles is. Tank, you open the door to a flat upstairs, and this is what you see.
Nice.
If I put you on a reverse angle from this first person angle, you would be here. Let me quickly drop you into the scene, and we're almost at our break. You have come in this door.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably quietly hear Shorty through that passageway.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, if I ping again. The computer that you saw on the desk is located over here. The bedroom here in the bed here in the foreground in this front bedroom. There's a closet that's just on the other side here of this window. And you have just come in the front door here. Bathroom is there. Give me a wisdom roll, please.
Damn.
Oh.
You trip over a pair of muddy boots. They are large combat-style service boots. When you are picking yourself up off what was a pretty clean floor, it looks like it was even recently vacuumed, even though the rest of the apartment is a little bit cluttered in this front bedroom. The smell of cleaning agents and that kind of Clorox smell really hits you coming from the bathroom, as if it has been egregiously scrubbed. You also see that over the computer monitor is a green light as you look up at it.
All right. I mean, my first instinct was to go to the computer and see what I can find on the computer.
As you come closer, you realize that next to the green light is a pinhole camera. You're staring into it.
Nice.
The computer is unlocked, as it will. It has been wiped of anything interesting. It has very mundane data and no personal identifiers, as if it has been left to appear innocuous.
I don't suppose my hacking could help me find like a backup.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence roll and make it easy because of your hacking ability. Somebody is better at hacking than you are and has gotten some cybersecurity information in it, but you are able to find that, in fact, you see now that there is the most recent file that's on the computer is a picture of your face. That picture of your face has been sent to the dark web.
Good luck.
Better you than us.
Could you give me a wisdom roll?
Man, these digital dice don't like me.
The only other thing that you find unless you go to another location, and we're going to take our break coming up right here, but you see from your position on the floor there, when you picked yourself up, a flyer. There are actually a stack of flyers. They are all for local musical shows and venues. And the one in particular that you see is this one here. It says DJ Lefty. You see, most of these flyers are in fact local shows featuring this particular DJ Lefty. DJ Lefty, it is time to get wrecked by epic beats, low-key, luscious, and loud, brought to you by your one and only Seattle homegirl, live and lit at the best weekend kickoff in the city. Fridays in January, classic gothic industrial, old school techno, neo-trap, Pomo House. Only at the club with no name, 1360 2nd Avenue, Seattle. We celebrate all people.
All right. Definitely pick that up.
You take that with you. It is then, Shorty, you, I assume, have finished your investigation of the back bedroom, and you see Tank out here. You certainly hear him fall down. Do you wish to investigate either the kitchen or the bathroom before you guys rendezvous with Knuckles downstairs?
Yes. Was there anything in the closet?
Yes, indeed. Women's clothes, chic, alternative, almost completely all black. Definitely a penchant for kind of a rugged, edgy style. She's a big lady. She's probably tall. Definitely a woman of stature. No question about it.
These boots, I see the muddy boots, I assume.
Considering as you go through, she only has different kinds of combat boots in there.
Do they match the size of the footprints in the house?
It is particularly likely that that is so.
I would like to investigate the kitchen.
All right. The kitchen, could you give me just a wisdom roll?
It is a 16.
You can smell the cleaning in here too. There's still some dry goods left, but this place has been well wiped down, scrupulously so. Do you wish to see the only other room in the house, which is the bathroom, before you guys take off?
Yes, and this one would like to shine the UV pen as well.
Yeah, indeed. Someone has covered their tracks particularly well in here. As far as you can tell, they kept a clean house to begin with up here. But everything has been scrubbed. There's not even any mud from the muddy boots on the floor, as if they swept on the way out. The bathroom, You smell the cleaning agents as well. Every corner of it, from the shower and the toilet in the back to the basins up front, has been pretty well done. But you do find, just a quick wisdom roll, Shorty. Only one thing, which is that on an otherwise well scrubbed, a handwritten note that is written, it is in some kind of red ink or paint. It says, "Call Snake," there on the mirror. There are 4 letters, the word Hazu, Hazu, with checks underneath them, also written in the same red ink or paint. Could you give me one more wisdom? Actually, could you give me an intelligence roll, please?
That is a 7.
Fortunately, with do you wish to use your brain booster?
Yes.
With your easy intelligence roll for this one, it doesn't take you long after you spend a little time looking at it. That's not paint, that's lipstick. It's a very particular shade of dark red lipstick.
I recognize this shade. It's called Venom.
Excellent. Whatever else you're finding, you see that this person has done a really good job of trying to cover their tracks, cover fingerprints. You don't find anything else. Trash has been emptied. Not a lot of other luck in here. Is there anything else that you wish to do in the bathroom before you 3 rendezvous?
I would like to take a potty break.
With a little bit of privacy, you are able to take that. And when you come out, Tank is able to show you the flyer that he has found.
Yep. I think we just found our next stop.
And it happens to be Friday midday. So
Onwards.
this show is tonight.
1362nd Avenue.
You actually know where that is. It's on the under the backside of a downhill slope underneath the Benaroya Concert Hall. There's some retail space and presumably a nightclub that's only a couple of blocks from your place, Shorty.
I'm familiar with this location.
You take that back down to Knuckles. The 3 of you get together. What plans do you make?
Well, I kick everything off of my boots and I'm shaking out the coat.
Glad to be out of there and breathing fresh air.
Yeah. Is there any way to guess? Nah, I think not. Tank, what about this flyer in that room made you think that this is where we should go? Surely there are thousands of these flyers distributed around the city. Maybe the person here just had one.
Tank, the thing that occurs to you immediately is simply the fact that there was a stack full of them, and the vast majority of them were for this one particular performer.
Yeah.
This happens to be the only one that takes place tonight.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this person was a big fan.
Or the person themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, if you recall, the person who walked away from that hit and run was a person of color.
Right, but supposedly also of stature. A large woman. Did you see signs of that?
No, just this.
Large boots. Combat boots.
Yeah. I did get hit with boots, yeah.
Okay.
I tripped over some boots.
So, in all likelihood, DJ Lefty is the person who got hit by that car.
I also found this journal.
I
You might
don't-
want to print it.
I don't suppose my robotic transhumanism can pick up anything from a photo, can it?
Well, your robotic transhumanism is mostly your super strong skeleton. However, the clothes that you found, you're kind of trying to judge how big you think DJ Lefty is. They look like the person whose clothes those were, that this is bigger than this lady is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask earlier and decided there's probably no way to tell from this photo how
No,
big
I
this
think
person
that is an excellent thing. And the truth is, submitted to your PCL, you could get a rough biometric reading that would
Okay.
suggest that this lady is probably not big enough to fit those clothes.
Interesting. Okay. I will fingerprint the document that Shorty found, the manifesto.
Outstanding. You submit that to your PCL. What is your plan for the rest of the day and evening?
Well, I think what I'd like to do is get somewhere where I can read the data on these drives that I found. I do have skill in accounting and digital forensics, so maybe I can find something on these drives that will give us a next step other than let's go to the club and hope there's a clue. Beyond that, I don't have any ideas.
All right, fair enough. Then what we will do, if I bring back here, let us take our break. Let us return in 10 minutes time. I'll tell
Yep.
you the results of that investigation, and you can decide where to proceed.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone, for watching. In the YouTube, we got 55 concurrent viewers right now, which is a good number for us. Yeah, we'll see everyone in 10 minutes as we continue. Welcome back. We are investigating.
So, what query do you wish to give to the pocket crime lab that you have from your various pieces of data that you have collected? What do you want to find out?
So I got these drives out of the box. I want to know, first of all, is there anyone that is of interest to this case whose data is on these drives or data about them?
It's going to take you more time than you have before this evening to go through all of that data. That's how much there is. But everything that you find is makes you quirk an eyebrow, is of interest to you. You're like, damn, there's something on the mayor. There's something on the chief of police. Many jurists, many judges have things that they would not like to be known to Anderton.
Okay, I will zoom in on, if I may.
It takes almost no connecting the dots for Knuckles to realize that this is probably how Anderton has been able to protect himself.
Sure. But I'd like to focus in on any of those skeletons in closets that have to do with a violent crime. If one of these pieces of leverage is about somebody getting murdered, maybe that has something to do with the person holding the evidence getting murdered.
Go ahead and give me an easy intelligence roll.
Okay, that's a 13 plus 2, 15.
You give it a thorough query, and nothing comes up according to the queries that you're able to do. Spending most of the afternoon and on into the end of the day in trying to put those pieces together. That puzzle piece is not fitting.
Okay. Nonetheless, this could be why he was killed, or it could be completely unrelated. Another question is, how did he get this evidence? Was he working with someone of extreme capabilities in order to gather this data?
It's clear that he had friends and influence. There's no question. What you do learn in your investigation, even just beginning to look at the tip of the iceberg of all of that data. Also, quick question for Knuckles. Where do you do this investigation? Do you bring this back to the cop shop, to the kite shop at the police precinct, or do you decide to be more, or do you decide to be more circumspect?
I think, is it possible to do it with the PCL itself? Can it read the drives, or is it not really for that?
Yeah, no, the PCL can interface with it enough to give you access to the digitals, and then you took lots and lots of snapping pictures on your smartphone to be able to go back and look at this stuff. What it is clear is that he not only has leverage on people doing illicit drugs, accessing sexual services, fraudulent activity for business gains, all of these things. He knows the people who procure these kinds of goods and services as well. So Anderton has his thumb in a lot of people's pies. He can help people who are in positions of influence who want discrete access to the underbelly of what Seattle has to offer and bring that to them. And as a matter of consequence, he is able to record them. They owe him favors at that point, and they have to trust him to, and all in past tense since he's dead as a doornail, they have to trust him to keep that confidence. That is how he's able to get leverage on people. And you can see that he has data here on judges who presided not only over both of his cases, the federal judge who presided over his case for the white collar securities fraud crimes, the solicitation beef. He had it covered. He had stuff on people. When the time came for him to go up, there's no wonder that he got off. It's probably how he was able to have such a good record as a defense attorney, because he had judges in his pocket.
So I imagine that I at least begin this process while still in Tank's truck. So I'm going to be discussing what I'm finding with Shorty and Tank. Any ideas you guys have about how I could focus my efforts looking through this data? I am listening.
It's one wonders about the connection between the synths and this data. Were the synths his tools to accomplish the information gathering?
Yeah, that was kind of what I was hinting at too, but I think no, his information came through the same connections that he has leverage on. He would use the leverage to get more leverage.
I personally just want to ask questions to this DJ person myself.
Well, you do know where to find her.
I feel like if we confront her, we'll probably get more information than just guessing stuff.
This one wonders about the people surrounding the DJ. The person who carried the stack of flyers.
Yeah, it could be someone on the street team for that act. It's a tenuous connection to the murder we're investigating, though. We know that there was something illicit going on in that building. It seems.
Dana skin jobs.
Right, but the only connection between that building and this murder is that the building was owned by the victim. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. We definitely.
The only other connection that you do have, you recall, is that there was a police report of an incident where superhuman prowess was noted in the immediate vicinity of that safe.
Suggests, potentially suggests maybe the same skin job as who killed him or someone involved with them.
What is the possibility of his blackmailed people possibly hiring a skin job for the job?
Very high. Very high. He had a lot of really heavy dirt on a lot of really powerful and dangerous people. The only thing is, they wouldn't necessarily have needed to hire a skin job. These are the kind of people that could shoot you through a window from a mile away or hire someone to do that. The type of crime here was very violent and suggests rage, as though it were personal.
Agreed.
It's certainly not impossible that someone affected by this leverage instructed the assassin to make it that way. But we don't have enough information at this point.
Well,
It occurs to you, Knuckles, that with as seedy and as forced leverage that Anderton had on such a great many people, that there could be any number of potential enemies. He certainly was involved in things that put people in all kinds of compromising positions, so that he would meet his end thusly for whatever reason doesn't surprise you. But you are still struck by the particular nature of the aggressively violent end that Anderton faced.
Yeah, I think I will pay you each $1 if the killer's name is not somewhere on these drives, but that's not enough.
Tank, you have driven, you have held colloquy with your comrades here. Your tank is still just below half a charge as you drive your Cybertruck around the streets of downtown Seattle. The sun is beginning to dip because here at the 47th parallel, it comes down early in January. You are in the general vicinity of the nightclub you identified. You're also quite close to Shorty's house. But as you drive past, you get a chance to look at the block in the corner just to sort of scope it out as night falls and things start to begin to happen, just to keep you in. Is there anything that you wish to do or to discuss with your comrades? You see that there's retail space here. All the people have gone home for the evening from the office space that's above. Benaroya Hall is on the backside here on 3rd Avenue. But there is kind of a diner and a coffee shop and retail space along this part of 2nd Avenue here. Shorty is back a couple of blocks to screen left and 1 block down toward the water. And then where you see this pink glow over here, it's still before opening because it's still early. But where you see that pink glow where I'm trying to ping and it's not letting me, there we go, is a little cut between those large buildings. And down that alley is where the entrance to 1360 is.
And 1360 is the club, right?
It's where the club with no name is located, correct.
There's no, like, on the flyer it didn't say the name of the club, or the club is called No Name.
The club is called the Club with No Name.
Yeah. Would I have any? Would Tank know anything about this club? since he goes to clubs himself.
Give me a hard intelligence roll.
Oh,
Not a thing. You barely know what a club is.
Can I start rolling my dice? Sorry, I accidentally put it on there.
How many
you're all
are
good.
these?
You might remember how to dance. There you go. I'm going to average that and say that you've never been to this particular club, but you probably have heard people talk about it from being a club goer going to other clubs. And even though it's a kind of an off time of year and it's a cold Friday night, you can probably expect a medium crowd. It's definitely kind of more alternative, more edgy.
Can I call a friend?
What would you like to find out?
I just want to call my friend Lady Crimson and see what she knows about the club.
Go ahead and give me a skull die, please, down at the bottom of the stack. Okay. Unfortunately, you hit a skull. You do get her voicemail. What do you wish to leave?
I tell her to call me later. Well, call me as soon as she can.
Is that the only information you give her?
I call her and say I need a favor, and I need you to call me back as soon as possible.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm.
Shorty, is there any additional research information? You're near your apartment. If you invite these blokes up, do you wish to change your appearance at all before you consider going undercover?
This one does not invite the blokes up.
Wait in the truck.
They may repose in the cafe downstairs with me.
Is there anything that you wish to do or fetch from home, since you are only a couple of blocks from your place?
My shorty.
Yes, indeed. Your trusty super shorty Serbu shotgun is tucked on its harness underneath your jacket. You do have to dress around it a little bit, but you can make it work.
It's okay. I believe Washington State is open carry.
It is. It will probably draw some stares as you try to enter a nightclub.
you don't have an extra one of those, do you?
What happened to yours?
It's pretty old. It's not really safe to fire anymore.
I do not have an extra one. But should one come up,
I mean, I did.
one,
I
that
would
I'm
think.
alone one too.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, mine I kind of assembled out of pieces of other guns.
Knuckles, how much cash do you have on hand?
$900.
Roll me a skull die. Good, you didn't hit a skull. You see a guy that you know on the street. You know this guy because you've used him before, and you're able to pick up a .38 special revolver.
Sweet. What's it cost me?
$900,
Okay.
which is a steal.
Absolutely. It's got some ammo, right?
It's fully loaded, no problem. Jacketed hollow points. He does tell you, he's like, whenever you get done with that, I'd get rid of it if I were you. Thanks for doing business.
Right. So it's a gun I bought from a guy on the street. I got it.
Knuckles, you may want to check the police reports to see if this gun has been shot before.
No,
Or-
I'd like to not check that.
Yeah, it occurs to you that if you could even read the filed off serial number, that running the gun on this, the numbers on this gun would probably not be a good idea in the police database before you use it.
Yeah.
It is now nighttime, You guys are back from Shorty's. You are fully caffeinated. And you can even see a couple of people making their way down that alley as you take another spin around this block in Tank's truck. There is street parking across the street from that retail side here on 2nd Avenue, opposite it if you wish. Or you can tell me what you want to do. You also see that if I click here down in the lower right-hand corner, come to pop up. There we go. There is underground parking, which presumably would allow you to take stairs up and take the entrance to the club. Your choice.
I say we take that. I say we look for street parking, and if not possible, then we take the parking garage.
Yeah, there's easy street parking right there. The only question really is, how far away from that alley do you want to park, and do you want to enter together?
Well, I think another question is, if we're in a parking garage in the building, could we get locked in?
Anything's possible.
What do you think, Tank? You're driving.
Does my truck have like an auto drive in it?
No.
Does it have a minigun?
Also, no.
I thought maybe we might have auto drive.
It's got an extra box of 44 Magnum shells if you run dry on that hand cannon.
It's a Waymo on the weekends.
I don't mind parking. I mean, it's not like we're in a hurry. We're here early, so we can park it a little bit further down.
Okay.
Yeah, that way, if you guys are getting out, you're not in obvious view of anyone standing in the alley that the three of you just exited the same vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But in a pinch, if you were being chased, needing to get away, or chasing someone, it's within a half a block sprint.
Works for me.
All right. Well, we park a little bit further away, but then let's start heading there. I don't mind going through the entrance. So
Yeah. I'm gonna have to walk in with one of you guys because I do not look like I should be in a club.
what do you mean?
I mean, I don't dress the way that you guys dress.
I mean, just put on like a jacket and you're fine.
I've been wearing the same trench coat for 10 years.
These AR goggles stands for anti-riz goggles.
Anti-riz.
It is true. They do give you a certain abruptness to your persona, but they're very functional.
I'm dressed like a 1930s detective.
Let us say, and you guys can determine, I'm going to have you be off to the side. The car is safely parked. You exit, and you can now begin to hear that there is bustle. You've seen people already go down the alley and go in. And I'll just put you here in the shadows. And let that represent you being kind of out of the scene. But you see the entrance to the club. It's not marked. The club with no name lives up to its name. Just a red velvet rope and a bouncer standing outside.
No line?
No, but you can hear that there's people inside. It's probably now about 10 o'clock.
And what time does the show start?
Oh, it's going. This is a low-key, easy set. Probably within the last half hour, the DJ has gotten in there, gotten their tracks together, and started spinning.
Okay.
And it is anticipated enough that on an off night like this, in a cold winter night in January, that people are still excited enough to go blow off steam, and they're already in there.
All right. I don't see any reason not to go in. Well, wait, let me phrase that as a question. Looking around this alleyway now that I'm in it, is there anything of interest out here?
Quick wisdom roll.
This kite activates bat mode.
That's right. Yours is going to be easy if you wish to take it, but Knuckles, you don't see anything that gives you much notice. Shorty, you might have a slight short circuit. You might need to reboot those bat mode goggles, but you are able to look into the darkness, and you are also not seeing anything of particular interest.
These goggles are seriously confused.
All right, let's head in, I guess.
Are you going in together? What's the order? What's the marching order in this dungeon?
Tank will go first since he's kind of used to going to clubs. So.
Yeah, I think I'll wait for Tank to go in, and then maybe I'll go in with Shorty.
Yes.
You got it. Okay. Tank, you go ahead. You approach. There's a bouncer there. Big guy, probably 6'6", full of muscles, nicely dressed in black leather. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. I offer him like a nice bro handshake.
He fist bumps you and gives us that. He's like, I haven't seen you around here before. My name's Gate.
Name's Tank.
This is an easy place. You don't have anything that I need to worry about on you, do you there, bud?
Nah, man. Just looking for some, looking to relax, have some fun.
Give me the easy charisma roll.
Yeah. All right. Dice.
D20.
No, I'm talking to the dice real quick. I'm looking at you. Nah.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah.
You
He's
just gotta
like-
show him some respect.
You did the fist bump and the sequence of complex movements that you are able to pantomime perfectly. He gives you a big smile. He's like, I tell you what, you get the first timers discount tonight. It's like, that lady is Swan in there. Go see her. Tell her I comped you.
You got it. Oh, and also my two friends behind me, they're with me.
Who, that square fucker in the fedora?
Yeah. I'm trying to show him a good time. He likes to stay home a lot. So.
All right, man. I trust you. I trust you. Don't make me wrong. Have a good time.
Okay.
He waves ahead for the two of you to come join.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do that.
He's like,
anyway.
welcome to the club with no name. This is obviously your first time, sir, but, you know, we celebrate all people. So go on in and have yourself a good time. Get your freak on. And if there's anything that I need to be worrying about, you see that lady in there, and he points to another lady who's wearing a black fishnet top. And he says, Swan is going to comp you tonight. It's like, but go see Fish. She'll get you straight. She'll lock up anything that needs safekeeping. You understand me?
Yeah, I got you. Put my freak on what?
Well, you go ahead and see our bartender. It's a lovely lady named Judy who's in there. And you just ask her for the cherry special.
You got it. Thank you.
Big fan of Cherry Special. Come on, let's get in.
We're in the door.
I put my arm around him. Yeah, let's go.
As soon as we're inside, I'm like, Tank, what the hell was that guy talking about?
And I say, it's just vibes, baby.
Thanks.
What does that mean?
Tank's impressive riz. The three of you scooch right inside here. 1, 2, and 3. The inside of the club with no name. This is kind of the outer hallway. You can hear the music to screen top here, where the club and the dance floor beyond here. But you're kind of in this outer vestibule area, and Tank kind of gives a up nod over to this lady right here. Says, hello, welcome to the Club of No Name. My name is Swan. I'll be managing the floor tonight. If you have any problems, and Gate says that you guys are now friends of his. So come on in and enjoy yourself. Remember to tip generously.
Is this the one he told me about, the girl that you mentioned?
Yeah.
He'll pop your cherry.
That is the one who is speaking to you right now is clearly like the door ticket taker, so to speak, who would normally be taking the money for your cover fee. But the one here that Gateway had pointed out is named Fish. And she is the one who is the coat check in air quotes. And she is the one who takes all of your valuables and things that you shouldn't need in this nightclub and keeps them safe.
Okay.
I whisper, do I hand over Shorty?
Absolutely not.
I mean, we're going to have to go in, so...
I just paid $900 for this gun. I'm not going to immediately hand it off to someone.
And additionally, like I said, Gateway did not frisk you.
Right.
He, like I said, that Riz and that 20 is working on your behavior. You have not aroused any suspicion other than the fact that you do not look like a normal club goer.
No metal detectors visible?
No, they don't need to do that.
Okay. Then, no, I'm not handing her my gun. I paid every cent I had for this.
You can lead the way. Let's start this off. Where do you want to go? You see that there's about a dozen people in this outer area, a little less actually, a dozen including yourselves. There's a couple of staff people. They're a foursome playing a rousing game of billiards in the back corner there, and a bunch of guys drinking alone.
Do we see DJ Lefty from here?
You do not. You only hear those live, loud, lit beats from screen top.
Copy. I think the first thing to do, in my mind, is just to kind of get do a circuit of the place and get an idea of the layout. If that is indeed a hallway to another area up at the north edge of the screen, then I'd like to head that way.
No problem. As you see there, as I said, this guy right here gives you kind of an eye. He looks up from this one right here. He looks up from his mug of brew, and he actually gives you a bit of a flash. You see like a laser strobe come out from his eye, and then he goes back. You recognize the hardware. It's a fairly sophisticated prosthetic. Definitely has the look of an ugly military grade augmentation. You also see that right here is a door marked private.
Okay. When that guy looks up at me, I'll just tip the hat and keep walking.
Bathroom there, coat check and locker there, billiards there.
Where was the bathroom? I missed that ping.
Right back here between these guys, there's a door right there that says
Copy.
Bathroom.
Got it.
Shorty, what would you like to do?
As I scan the room, is there anyone with suspiciously large feet?
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a hard wisdom roll, please. You don't see anybody who immediately you clock other than somebody who obviously looks like they should have feet. So the bouncer, Gateway, definitely, I mean, he's 6'6". He's probably about a size 15. This guy right here, almost as big. In fact, Knuckles, would you give me a wisdom roll, please?
Yep.
Knuckles, the guy here sitting and drinking, he looks strangely familiar to you. You can't quite place It might take you some time. Could you give me a D4 effort roll, please? For
Yes,
basic
sir.
effort.
That's a 2. Plus
And then
2.
you have plus 2. So that's 4 points of effort working on that guy. You do start to you're trying to remember where you saw him. If you are not otherwise distracted, you might have more time to think about it. Shorty, this guy right here, big feet. The guy with the military eyeball prosthetic, big feet. Maybe this lady, as you see her bend over and take a shot and sink the cue ball. Big feet.
Also has big feet. Is the person in front of the co-check room, is that the co-check person?
Yes, it is. Her name is Fish.
Okay. And the big guy in yellow, there was a room there too. Was that the bathroom?
Yeah, the bathroom is right there if you wish to visit the facilities.
I do. I want to make sure there's nothing suspicious going on.
Yeah, no problem. You duck in there, you kind of give Tank the nod, and you head back in there. You cut between these guys and head there. You almost crash into this lady who is all smiles and carrying a bunch of shopping bags. And she breezes in the same direction and passes Knuckles as you go into the bathroom. Now, in order not to get Shadows of Archonia demonetized, this is the view that you will see of the bathroom. This bathroom makes the train spotting bathroom look like a surgical operating suite. This is wow, what a bathroom.
Shorty does not shine their UV light in this bathroom.
Oh, God.
Shorty doesn't even need to because it probably sounds like there's some people in the stall together.
Anything of note besides the people in the stall?
Yes, the aroma is singular. You suddenly wish you were back in the lower flat of 1313 East Remington Court.
Someone should bottle this shit up and feed it to their worst enemy.
Let us pause and run back to our boy Tank. Tank, your friends have already started the stakeout. What do you want to do?
Well, Tank will help with the stakeout, but he's going to start walking down towards the middle of the whole place, and he's just going to be scanning the room because he's good at fishing out apes and synths. So he's just going to look at everybody and see if he sees the obvious like signs.
This lady is doing an absolutely stellar job of running the table. She's got a big smile on her face, and this guy over here is an increasing frown. The corners of his mouth are dropping with each individual ball that she sinks, just running the table. Pick one person that you want to get within close distance of and scrutinize.
Scrutinize? You mean like look up?
Yeah, like look at them and try to determine if they're hanky.
I'm gonna stand near. I'm gonna stand near the chick that's next to the guy that's frowning, if I can.
Are you going to cross in front of them, like over here?
Oh, actually, no. I won't. Yeah, no. I'll just stand next. I'll just stand sort of close to the guy that's frowning, to watch the chick.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me whatever's better for you, intelligence or wisdom.
Let's see. Intelligence. 1 second. I was clicking his screen for that. Nice.
Yeah, you observe
so
him. You kind of are seeing that
15.
he's losing this game without even picking up a cue. And your best guess is that he is showing signs perfectly within a human normal emotional response.
And what about the girl?
One at a time. You're gonna have to get over to. Let's go back to our boy Knuckles. Knuckles, you have just. I'll give you this view first. This is kind of what you see as you go in. You can hear the people on the dance floor. DJ Lefty is actually up on stage there in the far distance like that. There are a number of barflies there. Off to the sides here are kind of alcoves where people are. And if I give you our tactical bar map as you are here, this is what you see.
Okay.
And the lady that brought the shopping bags has a present. She has walked past. The people in the upper right-hand corner are waving, and particularly the blonde-haired person in the corner. There's hugs and oops, double-clicking like an idiot. There's hugs, and she hands the birthday recipient the present and sits down, and everybody's happy, and she waves over to the bar for a drink.
Okay, before I do anything else in this room, I'd like to stop for a second and think a little more about that guy that I recognized in the previous room.
Yes, go ahead and use your turn here to just go ahead and apply effort straight away. Just a D4.
It's another 4.
It's another 2. You think he's somebody from the neighborhood. You feel like you've seen him around.
Okay.
You just can't place it, but it's right there.
All right.
Do you wish to take some movement? Do you want to head for the bar? You can see the bartender. Barmaid's name, according to Gate, is Judy.
Yes.
And then there's also an open booth to your right if you just want to claim a space.
I'll do a circuit of the room first without approaching any tables or the bar. And just sort of move my eyes across every individual, see if anyone else here rings a bell besides that other guy and DJ Lefty.
Okay, absolutely. You see all kinds of people here, some sitting by themselves, some sitting in groups. Like I said, there looks like kind of a tepidly active bunch of barflies seated on stools around the service area there. What looks like off to screen left there where the group of 5 people is kind of a VIP section.
Okay.
The gentleman, there's 2 gentlemen there who look like the oldest dudes in the whole place next to you. They're seated with 3 ladies that are definitely too young for them. And that strikes you. You have a couple of loners that are kind of at the top and bottom there, and then a couple more that are kind of, you're not sure if they're a couple or just happen to be kind of seated next to each other immediately to your screen right here.
Got it.
And then the birthday party over here. This direction there goes straight into the dance floor, and you can see that there's a whole bunch of people, and you can see DJ Lefty. You recognize her from the flyer. It's on.
What I'd look for is who works for DJ Lefty. Is there someone managing cables or gear or someone else?
It's
that
dark
looks like
and
they're
there's
with
flashing strobes in there, so you probably have to go into that area where the dance floor is in order to really be able to suss that out if you wish. And I will let you do that, but give me one more basic roll. D4.
Sure. That is now 5.
All right. It occurs to you who that dude is. You've never met him in person, but you've seen his picture. You shop at a little grocery store. It's run by a nice little Russian lady. Her name is Irina Baburin. Is that correct?
That's it.
All right. Irina Baburin has a son. And you've seen his picture behind the counter.
Do I know his name?
Maxim.
Maxi Baburin.
Maxim Baburin.
Okay. Well, I'm going to file that away for now, and I'm going to look... Before I go either back or forward, I'm going to look around this room at the various people and see if any of them matches the description of a woman of color of stature.
Yes. Let's see. Who do we see? Here you don't. There is one lady who's probably a little on the small side for the clothes that Tank found, but who would otherwise match the description, who's seated at the birthday party. But as you saunter your way here, and let me make sure I got all the birthday party there too. Let me do this. Pachinga. And move into the dance floor room here.
Got it.
Need 2 of him. You do. You see that there's the dance floor is strangely segregated. So you've got a gaggle of cybergoth ladies of every color of the rainbow seated over here. Yeah. 3 of them are dancing, but mostly they're just posing over here, enjoying them times with lots of booze.
Yeah, they look like some kind of crime-fighting team.
There is a bunch of guys here. One guy looks like he kind of owns the roost, but is not really dancing so much as just sort of flamboyantly swaying. There's always one guy in goth clubs like this who thinks he is amazingly hot and is far hotter than he thinks he's even hotter than he actually is. But that is this guy. He is extremely graceful, absolutely panther-like. Then there's this guy. This is the guy who dances like he doesn't care and doesn't think anybody's watching. He's an utter embarrassment, but he has none. There happen to be several ladies over here. This lady has got a bus tray full of glassware, possibly a bar back. There is this lady who is kind of just watching Lefty, and then she goes and takes a sip of her wine and comes and sits back here, sits down from the dance floor. But there are 3 ladies of color who are all here. 1, 2, and 3. All 3 of them are easily 6 foot. Definitely would qualify. Could possibly be of the size to wear the clothes that you found in the apartment.
Okay. Well, this is not getting narrowed down as much as I'd hoped. Between them and the other people that Shorty spotted.
Let us pause and let you ruminate on that, if I can, for a second, as we go back to Shorty. Shorty, this bathroom is not getting any fresher. What would you like to do?
I would like to stumble out of my way from the bathroom and stumble against the guy with the biggest feet and sort of just look down and see if they match the size of the footprints in Anderton's room. And I would like to use my special gray matrix ability to determine whether or not they're the same size.
Yes, you don't know this yet, but that is Maxim, who you have bumped into. You do slosh his beer. Could you do 2 things? Give me that intelligence roll. And also, could you give me a charisma roll? He's like, "Hey, little person, would you watch yourself, please?"
Oh, sorry, I am seriously confused by that smell back there.
Yeah, it's a lot to get used to. You
Oh, God. Did it always smell that way?
Yeah, no, you get used to it after time. It's not a problem. It's not his problem. It's like, and be careful. Don't drink too much.
Sorry, I just sort of trip and look down.
This dude's feet are possibly even bigger than the ones that you found.
Like, thanks, bud, for saving me back there.
Is there any place else that would you like to go, or would you like to get in close proximity to someone and scrutinize them more directly?
Yes, the next person with the biggest feet.
Next person with the biggest feet is this person over here. He's a big bruiser, kind of got a scowl on his face, and he's a mean-looking dude.
Hey, handsome, you come here often?
Is like as long as the beer is cheap.
Yeah, that good, huh? Or that cheap, huh?
I like the music. I won't lie. I usually like the company.
Yeah, you looking to get some more company? I mean,
Yeah, always. Buy me a drink and come back. Let's talk about it.
okay. And I just sort of look down at his feet as I leave.
Give me another intelligence roll if you'd be so kind. Definitely in the ballpark. Big feet, no question. Interestingly enough, though, definitely not wearing service boots. He's got a really nice pair of horsebit loafers on, which is not with his style at all. I guess those are his going out shoes.
You dance a lot?
I move with utter grace. Like I said, bring me back a beer, let me get it in me, and I'll show you a few moves.
All right. See you soon, maybe.
You head this way. Knuckles is already in the next. Tank, you're up.
All right. Can I scrutinize from here the pool girl, or do I gotta get closer?
I'm gonna say that you absolutely can. You perch there and you give it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence roll.
Does my robotic transmutism help me with this?
No, it makes your bones stronger. Your brain is your brain. You're just a smart guy on your own.
Nice. That's great because the dice know that I'm a smart guy. So here we go.
Yeah, actually, that plus what you got going for you, I will tell you, after careful observation, this lady does in fact run the table. She happily collects all of that money. This guy is quite dejected. This girl puts his arm around him and tries to console him. This lady is recovering from her original embarrassment at sinking that initial shot. Sinking a cue ball, which put them behind to begin with. But her partner has successfully done a fantastic job of catching things up. You notice that this woman is nearly as tall as you. She's quite attractive. She is wearing dark red lipstick. It may not be quite the shade that Shorty identified, but she is a woman of stature of color. And the elation that this one is feeling, she's just partying around. It's like, who's next? Who's next? I can do this all night. You do not feel that any of those four people are exhibiting emotional responses outside of normal biological human range.
So they seem fine to me then.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to engage with them further before I go back to Knuckles?
No.
Okay, good work. Knuckles, you're up.
I'd like to head back to Maxime.
Okay. You roll straight back down there.
All right.
You give Shorty a bit of a nod as you go by. Maxime sees you looking at him.
Yeah, I'll nod at him. I'll walk up and say, "Are you Maxime Baburin?"
He smiles at you, but he says, "Who is asking?"
My name's McGee. I shop at your mother's store. I've seen your picture.
Ah, yes, Mr. McGee. Ah, yes, no, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. He puts out a big meat hook of a hand.
I
He's like,
also do that.
my mother speaks well of you, and in fact, she says that on more than one occasion when she's had shoplifters or troublemakers, you've set things right while I haven't been there.
I do my best to look out for the neighborhood.
I appreciate that. You know, my mother, she's a saint.
Agreed.
Well,
Listen.
what brings you here? I've not seen you here before. This doesn't, no offense, seem quite like your place.
No, you're not wrong about that. That's kind of why I came over to you. I thought you look like this might be your place. You come here often?
Yeah, I do. I help Gateway occasionally with crowd control.
Oh, are you an employee or just sometimes?
It's more of a friend of the club.
I see.
It's hard to get a job here.
Have you had any trouble here with, kind of thing you might need a bouncer for?
Yeah, we get people who like to start fights from time to time, and occasional miscreants who get too drunk and they act up a bit. It happens, but that's part of the course. It's something that happens from time to time in nightclubs.
I see. Well, listen, a friend of mine asked me to find somebody, but the description that I got was real rough.
Yes, who are you looking for?
All I know is it's someone, a larger person, a woman, and tendency to wear boots, heavy boots.
He leans over to you and says, I'd be careful who I call a large woman around here. These ladies don't know how to take care of themselves, and beauty comes in all shapes and sizes.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant tall.
Taller than, say, her? And she points over to this lady next to Tank.
Is that lady
easily 6 feet?
Is that lady wearing boots?
She is wearing boots. They may not be quite the size that you had identified as being of interest.
Possibly even bigger, I think.
There are a number of tall and beautiful women there. The dance floor might be where I would look.
Okay.
There is one. We don't know her real name. She goes by Godzilla.
Godzilla. All right. And what should I look for to identify Godzilla?
Yes,
other than the features I described.
Green dreadlocks.
Green ones.
She's probably wearing a gas mask also. We don't really know what her face looks like.
Oh, I saw some of those people in there, yeah.
But I have a feeling it is a good thing.
Are they are they from an anime or something?
They just are. This style died out 50 years ago, but it made a comeback in the 40s. What's one to do?
Yeah, well, I guess so. Well, listen, you've heard about me from your mother. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know.
And likewise, sir. Enjoy yourself.
All right. I will shake his hand and head into the other room and look for Godzilla.
Roger that. Tank, you are up. You have done a good job sweeping this place, and the only person that you haven't really done any surveillance on are these two guys right there.
Yeah.
You can do that, or you can kind of reconnoiter with your homies and head back toward the main part of the bar.
Is that a way like I can ping my two partners without making a scene?
Yeah, totally. You can essentially send them a text. It'll vibrate in their pocket, and they'll discreetly peek at it.
Yeah, I'll send it them to Shorty Knuckles. I'm like, is there anyone that looks fishy you want me to look at?
Several
Do
people
either
on the
of you
dance
reply?
floor. Yeah, I will say several people on the dance floor match the
All right.
description.
All right, I'm heading there now.
Do the three of you head through the bar to the dance floor? Or, Shorty, did you want to do any additional investigation?
I'm good.
Did anyone other than me note the guy with the eyepiece?
I'm sure all three of you saw him, but he was the one who kind of gave you the once-over as well.
Right. I kind of just wanted to know if Tank checked him out to see if he was a synth.
Tank, as you go by, go ahead and I'll give you a flyby on that. Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. Boop. Ooh. They're all coming up to
Definitely not a synth. In fact, you hear him in casual conversation with Fish over here. You do catch that his name is Gary.
Yeah. But definitely not a synth.
Definitely not.
Okay.
He's trying to chat that girl up, and she's nice to him, but she's not having it.
All right. I keep on heading to the dance floor.
You guys go right up through the bar. Birthday party is still birthdaying.
Yeah, I do not have any interest in the cherry special.
You pass the bar. The three of you are there. You clearly see Godzilla over here. She is quite tall, probably 6'2", definitely thick set.
Sorry, which one was Godzilla again? Oh no, the one with the green hair, right?
Right there.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Ah. Now, from the artwork, she appears to not be a woman of color.
She barely has any pigment, in fact, other than green hair.
Okay. Could be makeup, but that'd be a lot of makeup.
Okay. I'm gonna get right in the middle of that dance floor and start scouting them out.
Outstanding. You do see several women of color over here. Give me an easy wisdom roll, please. Tank.
Oh yeah. So easy. Check this out.
You recognize a familiar face. The woman sitting in the corner sipping on a glass of Merlot is Lady Crimson, your sometime employer.
Nice. I'm definitely gonna. Oh, I go say hi right now. Well, I want to go say hi to her, but on the way, I'm gonna look at several people on the way.
Give me a give me a charisma roll because you've been rocking that all night. So let's see if the Riz is going to pay off for you.
Yeah. What?
There it is.
Watch these rockets fly. Bam.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, as you sort of are headed toward Lady Crimson, you're working your way through this crowd here. This guy gives you the once over and he doesn't give a damn. He moves this way. This guy is pirouetting and doing such a job, hoping that all the attention is on him. But all three of these ladies, who are at least your height, give you just bright, beautiful smiles. They definitely are. Two of them are wearing dark red lipstick. And one of them gets in your way. And she smiles at you. It's like, how you doing there?
I'm doing good.
This lady heads off to go pick up glassware.
And I is everyone dancing right now? Everyone?
Yeah, she's dancing with you.
Okay, yeah. So I start dancing with all three of them, and I try to get a vibe of how good they're dancing.
You're doing a fair job. Go ahead and give me one more charisma roll to see how you're actually better of charisma or dexterity, whichever you prefer. Let's see what kind of moves you got.
Let's see, I think I got better dex. I'm gonna be like, hey, check this out, and then I put my head up in the air. Bam!
Oh, all right.
I do.
They are in awe. You dance so well that these two just straight up stop. Their jaws go slack at the sultry moves of this. I did not know where you unpacked that, but especially in combination with your partner here, you have done a wonderful job. You are still trying to make your way over to Lady Crimson, I assume.
Yeah.
But she is dancing with you. He's like,
Yeah.
don't go away so far, so fast, stranger. It's like, hey, let me.
Does she fit the description of those boots and everything?
She definitely has combat boots. They don't look super clean. She is wearing dark red lipstick. She definitely has an edgy style. She is definitely wearing all black. She's like, my name's Hilda. What's yours?
So, they call me Tank.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
Well, Tank,
I'm really good at penetration. You know what I mean?
I would love to find out. Come here.
Not sure what the other meaning of that is.
She goes over here. She turns her back for a second, and she's fiddling with that door. She opens up this door. She's like, "Come on."
Yeah. And I kind of ping the guys. I'll be like, I'll be right back, guys. And I go in there.
I've been kind of skirting the
go ahead.
edge. I've been skirting the edge as I see this happening. I'm suspicious.
No, but this is good.
The
I'm gonna get a
two
nice.
of them disappear.
Yeah,
The door closes.
I'm gonna get a nice visual over here.
Tank, she has let you into like the back service area here.
And,
Text us if it gets weird in a bad way.
well, okay, Tank starts going to town and seeing if you can feel up this woman to see if she feels weird or not.
And we'll pause on that for a second.
Of course we will.
Knuckles, you're up.
Yeah, I was witnessing one of our people of interest grinding up on Tank and decided I didn't trust the situation and was just trying to stay close to them.
Yeah, without a doubt. You cut away. This lady kind of raises her glass at you. And you go to the door. It is locked.
You hear Tank through the door say, "It's time to lock and load."
There is an emergency exit there.
Okay.
What else do you want to do?
I'm sorry, where's the emergency exit? Right next to me?
Yeah, they're like one that probably has like a bar that will open it and is most likely alarmed.
Yeah.
That's the back door, the fire exit.
Now, I don't recognize Lady Crimson there, do I?
You do not.
Okay. I will... Okay.
Don't worry about
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, don't worry. I'm good.
As she raises her glass to me...
I'm packing in more ways than one.
Listen, bud, you're in the hallway right now. As she raises her glass to me, I'm going to do one of these. And like, as though I'm looking at someone behind her, and see if I can trick her into turning and looking behind her for a second.
She's literally in a booth.
That sucks.
Just before you want to rethink that, I just want to let you know she has totally got her back against the wall.
Then I'll just shrug, turn around, and try and kick the door in.
Okay, no problem. You definitely kick that door. Just go ahead and apply basic effort.
4 total.
Yep, without a doubt. You start putting some work on that. It does definitely attract some attention. Some people are a little bit surprised by that as we go to Shorty. Shorty.
Shorty notices that Knuckles is trying to break down a door. So Shorty decides to make a big distraction of themselves and goes towards the center and starts going, activates their 360 vision because they want to make sure they're paying attention to people with big feet. And just gets all up over this new person and holds up their camera, and jumping and jiving and screaming, saying, "Hey, everybody, look at this."
Hard charisma roll with those glasses on.
Yeah, because I'm very cool.
You know what? You are almost cool enough, and this guy thinks so much of himself that he just assumes you're naturally attractive. So he's fine with it, and he is dancing. I think he's mildly impressed by your moves as long as you don't make him look unhot.
Yeah, we're seriously cool, bro.
But you are right up next to him and to Godzilla, so could you give me a wisdom roll to observe the two of them? Oh, yeah. Definitely not skin jobs. In fact, the bald dude right here, definitely not a skin job. Not skin jobs. No question.
He has no embarrassment, but I have a lot.
In terms of the people whose feet are big enough, neither of these two ladies has the right style or size of shoe that matches the other description of being a woman of stature of color. None of these cybergoth chicks do at all. You see this dude get up from reading his book and head toward Knuckles.
Oh, he wasn't distracted by me, huh?
As we go in here, Hilda looks at you. She puts her arms around your neck, Tank. And
she got bigger.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
And she just says, I really appreciate you. I wanted to be alone with you. And then she punches you in the freaking face.
Oh.
But you are able to bob and weave, but you did not want to be behind that punch.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And how much? I don't take any damage from that. I bob.
Nope, you side slipped it. You felt it go right by your bristly chin.
Yeah, so I bob, weave, and I say, now this is my kind of woman. And then I go in for a right hook.
Go for it. Roll. Strength.
Still D20, right?
Yep, please.
Oh.
She moves in a way that surprises you, and it's on. She is going to be fighting you hard. Knuckles, you are back out here. You are about to kick that door in again, and this guy puts his hand on his back and says, "What are you doing, buddy?"
I was looking through the equipment list. Yeah. When he puts his hand on me, I'd like to slap my binders on his wrists.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. Dex roll. Nice. He attempts to contest it and does not succeed. Do you have the other one on your wrist?
Oh, is that how it works? No,
I'm asking you. I'm curious. So, are you trying to secure him that way? But you have it around his wrist. You have the other one open. What do you want to do?
My intention was to slap it on both his wrists.
Yeah, I will say that you're able to somehow do that as he headbutts you.
Cool.
That hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the wrong die. Apologies. I'm going to leave it as 1, but I'm actually going to give him his bonus. Your bell gets rung for 5 hit points.
No problem.
That was not how you wanted to start this.
I have been hit a lot. It's fine.
Shorty, you actually see that. What do you do?
I start dancing my way over and go, point at the one getting all the attention and just sort of hand it back, pass the attention back to him, and dance my way towards Knuckles.
You're able to slip deftly between them. You see that he is currently closely engaged with this one. This lady comes around the corner. She looks at you all crazy with her heterochromic eyes. She's carrying her shopping bag. She tosses it aside and pulls out a Glock 18 machine pistol and opens fire.
On who?
On Shorty.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The good news is only a couple of bullets catch you.
Yay.
Only a couple, huh?
That's only good for 9 points of damage. What do you have for bulletproof protection?
I have my K-Vest, which soaks up, I believe, is it 2 points of damage?
Yes, it does. So that only does 5 points of damage on you as you take 2 slugs in the back. People scatter. DJ Lefty is still throwing down those beats
Hell yeah.
as all of these people start running. Even the guy who dances like nobody's there. Lady Crimson is stuck in that corner, ducked behind a table, trying not to get shot. Shorty, you can still take an action.
Right. I'm at 3 hit points.
You're at 5.
Oh, no, but I took 2 from that ball.
Two
Earlier.
from. Oh, that's right. That have not. No, you know what? That was early enough. I'm going to call it healed. You're at 5.
Okay, perfect. I am immediately going to shoot right back. Like, eat this. I knew no one carries shopping bags in the nightclub.
The Super Shorty 12 gauge comes out. It has 3 rounds in it. You fire the first one. That is going to be a hit. Go ahead and roll D8 twice and add your guns bonus.
Is a 10 plus a 2 is a 12.
Outstanding. She takes 12 points of damage. She is bleeding profusely from the abdomen as you have gut shot her. She seems barely phased by that shotgun blast.
Nice.
Damn.
As we go to Tank, by the way, well done. Tank, she punches you again.
Nice.
You sideswipe, slip it again, like a boss, like you've done this before.
Yeah. I go. I swipe down, and I go up with a nice right haymaker.
Go ahead and roll D20 strength roll.
Ooh, nice.
That one's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
What's my damage?
It's D4 plus whatever your basic bonus is.
D4 plus my basic bonus is 1, so 3. Can I add
3
my electro knuckles to that?
No, because you hit her with bare fist. But if you want to use the knuckles the next time, you
Okay.
can opt to turn them on and do so.
Okay.
Let us, because you were kind of undercover until right then. So you've reached in your pocket, you've donned the knuckles for the next round. Speaking of knuckles, let's go back to our fedora-wearing friend. You're up.
So he put his hand on my shoulder. I slapped.
You
the cuffs on.
currently have him with both his wrists are cuffed with binders.
Right.
What do you want to do?
I'm just describing the blocking. Hand here, slap the cuffs on, spin around to slap it on the other wrist. He headbutts me, so now we're facing each other. I've got my left hand on the chain of the binders. I'm going to spin my right hand around to his collar and shove him into the door to try and use his head as the battering ram to break down that door.
I love that. That is absolutely fantastic. Let's start with a contested strength roll against a 17.
Well, I got a 5.
So you spin him around, preparing to whelm him into the door, and he is able to reverse that position on you, so your back is now against that door.
Okay.
And he headbutts you again. That is actually going to be, what are you, 13? Is that your armor?
Where did I put it?
I have it here. You are a 12. That is a hit.
Okay.
You are going to... Sorry, wrong die again. Apologies. You are still up. You have taken 8 points of damage. You have 2 points left.
Okay.
You felt that one even harder than the first one. Do you wish to let go of the binder chain, or are you going to stay attached to this madman who's definitely a synth?
Am I out of... am I able to attempt another action?
No. Movement only this turn.
Okay. I am going to let go of the chain. Oh, he's a synth. That explains all the damage.
But you can for sure take movement if you want to just get away from him before he knocks you out.
Yeah, I will do that. I will head over to Shorty and go back to back with her and pull my
No problem.
38 for the next round.
Shorty, the lady who shot you shoots again. A jam. You guys have a moment. Shorty, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll 2d8 and add your bonus.
It's a 10 plus a 2 is another 12 points of damage.
You destroy this woman.
Gosh, I really hope she was a synth.
Well, I'm sure you can realize now.
A blood trail squeaks across as her viscera open up. She is down for the count. All of these people are gone. They have straight up cleared out. DJ Lefty's still playing them beats.
She opened fire on you. That was self-defense.
And poor Lady Crimson is still stuck in the corner. Tank, you are back inside.
All right.
She's punching.
Yeah.
You are able to miss it yet. Sideswipe it, slip that yet again. Go ahead, and if you are going to knuckle her, now is the time.
Yeah.
And remember that your Electro Knuckles do also have an overload feature.
Yeah, so I go in for that, and hopefully that gives me an opening, charge up the knuckle, go straight up for that uppercut.
Okay, this is going to blow all 3 charges, but you hit. So roll 3d6.
Truth. So boom, boom.
Oh, I lied. Sorry. That's beautiful. Roll 3d10 energy damage.
Oh, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Nice.
You watch her smoke as she is electrocuted.
And I say, maybe we should dance another time, baby.
Do you wish to take movement?
Well, first I want to confirm that she was a synth, right?
How do you wish to do it? Since she's not making a whole lot of emotional responses right now, having been laid out and fried. But
don't I know like a quick way to check, like behind like the ear or something?
Yeah, if you had Shorty's pen, you could check for her UV tattoo inside her lower lip. You do not, but you strongly suspect that this woman is absolutely a synth.
Yeah. To take that punch that I gave her before, of course.
Do you wish to take any movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move back to the dance floor just to make sure my homies are okay.
Okay. You come out of that door in a hurry, still smelling the ozone in the air and the smell of charred flesh.
And I say, who else wants to party?
The person who wants to party is that dude right in front of you. And he punches you in the face.
Okay. Bring it.
That hurt.
Oh! All right. Now we're talking.
6 points of damage.
Okay. What's we start off with 10, right?
Correct. You have 4 remaining.
Okay.
But you don't get an action right now because we got to go to our friends. Knuckles, you're up.
I would like to shoot that synth.
You pull out your 38. You pull a trigger.
Nice.
All right. And that's a D8 for guns, yes?
D8 for guns plus your guns bonus.
8 total.
Nice.
He takes 8 points of damage as he bolts out the door, setting up that alarm.
Still handcuffed.
Yep. Now, DJ Lefty finally stops the music. Tank, it is at that moment that you see a absolutely terrified Lady Crimson. And she doesn't even know what to do. Do you wish to give chase? Do you wish to stabilize the situation?
No,
What do the 3 of you want to do right now?
I just wave at Crimson and say, "I'll be right back," and I give chase.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Shorty
I
is
want
ready
you-
to go.
I want you to give me.
But
There we go. I want you to give me 2 rolls for wisdom as you run out into the back alley after that man escaping into the shadows.
is it possible to do something as I'm running?
What something would that? Because the more somethings that you do, the less opportunity you have to give chase.
My stim kit.
That would be an action. You will not be able to give chase this turn in the back alley here if you want to do that, because he has got a head start on you.
All right. Then I won't do it at this moment. I'm just gonna give chase.
Give me two wisdom rolls. One of them needs to beat an 18.
Oh yeah, easy. Bam.
There you go. All right, you're still in it. You are chasing him through traffic, across the streets of Seattle, into the night. I need you to give me a nat 20 or you will lose him.
Really?
You can do it, Tank. Talk up those dice again.
I was gonna say my bone bonding doesn't help me with this or for chasing.
No,
does
but it makes you strong if he punches you out of nowhere.
Okay. Yeah, he's not getting away. Bam, check this out.
Damn it. I told you to talk up the dice.
Yeah.
Final frames for the three of you, starting with Knuckles. The club is empty. The only two people who come rushing to your aid that lady and Maxine. This lady here comes rushing up. She has a gun. She pulls off her wig. Seattle police.
Nice. Undercover.
Freeze. What do you say, Knuckles?
I'll open my coat if I have any sort of ID that identifies me as a kite.
You have the copy of your writ.
Yeah. I don't want to go for my pockets though. That seems like a bad idea.
I'll tell you straight up. If you wave that out there, she just says, "Effing kites." It always happens like this.
Yep. That's why you make us do it.
Final words for the night from Knuckles.
I say, when I come back, I'm gonna want your phone number, and then I'm gonna run and try and chase down that guy with Tank, and probably lose him as well.
You quickly find your compadre, as she is also running after you, preparing to arrest you, and realize that he is long gone. Maxime runs after you, trying to see if he can de-escalate the situation. Shorty, you've taken 2 slugs to the back. The room is empty. DJ Lefty looks down at you from the stage and shrugs. What do you do? Final frame for Shorty tonight.
I'm spectacularly cross.
Do you head out the front, out the back? What do you want to do? How do you disappear into the night?
I provide backup to my crew.
Okay. That is it. You all 3 get a chance to sit down and talk to this undercover detective and begin to explain yourselves. Knuckles, you all spend a night in jail. You all spend some time on probation. No kite work comes in. You all collect 2 collars worth of bounty on the 2 synths that you successfully took down. The man known around the club as Zane that escaped, you believe to be one of your missing anthracynths. He is currently in the wind. There must be a 4th that you have not identified, but from the camera in the apartment, who almost certainly knows Tank, and now probably also knows what the 2 of you look like as well. You are able to use a substantial portion of Anderton's data in your legal defense to be reinstated in approximately 6 months' time, with time served and no permanent felony on your criminal record. The Yakuza are not happy with you for shooting up their nightclub, but that will be a problem to solve at a future session. And
it's a good thing I play. It's a good thing I play all the Yakuza games, so I'm ready.
And that is going to be the conclusion of your wonderful installment of Operation Noir. You all did a superb job, and I hope you had a wonderful time.
That was great. Loved
Thank
it.
you, Chris.
That was really good.
Great game. Great session.
I'm hoping we can do another session in the future soon. And this is really fun.
I see, with Steve's blessing, Operation Noir Part 2: The Snake's Poison could be coming to a screen near you.
And I want to sit down with these Yakuza and tell them, hey, look, we got shot at in your club, and we shot the guys that did it. So, hey.
They owe us compensation.
The only bullet I fired went into one of them.
I think that's a fair argument. I will love to have that scene.
Right.
You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity tonight. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Christian, thanks again for running this game. Fantastic.
And to everyone in chat, all the people who showed up, I'm just so grateful. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I really hope we can do this again.
Next week, we'll be back with Cindy running Easy D6, The Four Horsemen, finishing out a story that we had to cut off back in November. And then the rest of February will be more of that. And following that, I forget. I think I'm doing Conan. And then Star Trek 2E. Chris will be back for that.
Star Trek Adventures, that's right.
And then Alan with Dolmenwood.
Yeah.
Nice.
But this Friday, we have Shadows of the Abyss episode 10. So we'll see everyone for all those things.